What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? There we go. We're just getting in. Let me log into the Wi-Fi. Let's get my drink out. Called messaging. Buddy, I got a new name for Discount Dill. Instead of Discount Dill, it's Upscale Dill. Because it's moved out. Moving on out to the east side.
I may get 2 entrees, man. I'm pretty hungry.
I was thinking that because I'm not going to eat my bread, so I was like, damn, should I?
What's the rice one here that I've seen? You guys have gotten fried rice?
They got a new menu. Look at this. Remember, it used to be like a brown color. The fried rice is all on this one. So it's whatever one you want to pick out of this. Chicken. Bonnet. Oh, it looks like they even have fries now. Or at least.
Is that supposed to be a bigger portion?
Yeah, they're bigger portions. I think some come with different meats and sausages, and I think that's the difference.
Did you live all the way down here?
No, I just turned it on 2 minutes ago. There's no English on the menu. I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty. Something now it says new 88. I'm not sure what that is. I'm on a date. Come on. There we go.
Oh, dude. How rude. Didn't even wait for us.
I didn't know when you guys were going to show up, and they came in there. He knows my order. He went, 2? And I went, yeah. He was eating. He was sitting up at the front, so once he got up, let me do my little technique. I don't mind. I could eat the eggs like this, but since so many of you guys say, oh, I don't like my eggs like that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn these over a little bit and just let them cook a little bit longer in this broth. Let's see. Come on, don't break the egg, there we go. What's up, Chucky? I had a friend named Chucky. Good morning. No, it's good night here. You're not there, we watch you, not him. She is not back. What spot is this? Is my Bonet space. What's up, Javi? Man, I ran into Javi. Well, he ran into me last night when I was at the downstairs at the Q Market. I cannot do a backflip. You're entertaining. He's well. Oh yeah, I want to give a big thumbs up to you guys, man. I checked my stats last night, and I got 5,000 views. I couldn't believe it on the live stream, and 75 people consecutive. What's up? There's Army Guy live in color, man. What's up, buddy?
Oh, dude, I was out until like 4 a.m.
I am in Vietnam, yes, in the city of Daong.
Is that the one that's double?
I get 2 eggs here.
Oh, okay, cool.
You can either get 1 egg or you can get 2. I always get the 2.
You want me to sit here or you want me to sit here? It's easier to probably here, right?
It doesn't matter. Yeah, whatever you guys want.
Hello. What's up? Bonet? No, pete. One.
I'm probably debating 2 bonnets, though.
I was almost debating the same. I need to donate one of this to you guys because I'm not going to eat my bread, so.
Oh, thank you. So you on a diet?
I'm just eating meat and eggs.
Okay.
Well, I'm trying to cut back on the sugar at least. Hold on, guys. Oh, there we go. Come on. What's going on today? There we go.
How you been, man?
I've been good. Behind on a lot of editing. I still have 2 more videos at least to go. Then I was recovering from a flu or a cold, whatever the hell I got. And now just started to do the live streaming. I kind of took a break for about 2 weeks while I cooked.
Talking about it. We miss Will.
I was just mentioning it last night. I did the live stream, and when I logged out, I had 5,000 views last night on last night's live stream. I usually maybe get 1,000 at max, and then I got 16 subscribers off that. I was like, wow, like usually I get 2, 4, 5.
Let them sit and wait and want for more.
That's the crazy part. They tell me, oh, come do it. And it's like when I give them a long break before I get back on, I get better numbers.
Yep.
I had 75 people in the room at one time last night.
That's awesome. They
That's
say
crazy.
If you get to 100, that's when you start getting featured by, like, YouTube featured. I think 150 is when they, like, push it.
Wow. Yeah, the only time I ever hit something like that was when the guy was going to jump from the building. It was like 105.
I think that's monetized probably, right?
The video did, yeah. I had a ton of views on that one. What's up, guys?
Yeah, I was texting you guys and I was like, oh crap, I forgot it's Monday. So I like finished up organizing a file so that my editor can go on the road and start working on the China videos.
You got an editor?
We got the Anth guy right here sitting at this table, and we got the outsiders. Because, oh, no. I was going to say, because, technically Army guy's not from here. So these are the outsiders. Dale moved out of the neighborhood. So we call him, he's got a new nickname.
Yeah, I haven't moved yet.
And he's going to be, instead of Discount Dale, we're going to call him Upscale Dale. Because he's moving out.
I don't know where that is. Oh yeah, you were gonna tell me.
So he's moving on out. He's moving on out to the east side, like the Jefferson said.
Every day.
Let me try to get started on this. That is Dale, and that's Army guy from Ho Chi Minh. Army guy loves Daong so much he had to come back.
So, I mean, I was like hardcore every day from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Every fucking day. There was like, from Sontra, Antoine.
Let me
In my life, of course.
try to log in. Here we go.
Yeah.
The Duke of Daong. So here we go. Let me dig into my bonnet.
You're finding that the racing guy is like awesome. The one you already have, right?
Yeah.
I do not know. I've never got a massage in my whole life, so I could not tell you that. I could not tell you guys that.
Yeah, I know I can do better than what I have. When I've had a good, I know I have a good situation. Like, I really don't.
I don't ever add the hot sauce, but sometimes I do add the chilies. Last night, man, those chilies were killing me. I never have a problem with chilies. And last night, man, that thing was killing me. I don't know if it has anything to do with it, but last night those chilies were just destroying me. I was coughing. Then I woke up this morning and my throat was a little tickly. I don't know if it's from all those peppers or what.
Yeah, I still haven't been over there yet.
Here's my bonnet. It's definitely a lot different without the bread. Everyone has their own variation of bonnet. What's up, native? Yeah, maybe I should have brought my hand spray. Especially since I got sick like 2 weeks ago.
It's really super residential. It's super nice. Good. All buildings are nice, everything's around there. But I knew right when I pulled up, I knew where it was. I saw it. I have these on my Google.
This one has a lot more juice in the beef gravy, I guess you would call it.
I was going to back there.
And you ended up getting that.
And yeah, the very last place thing, I was getting so frustrated. I'm on day 4. I'm just frustrated as hell. And I pull and I'm like, wow, this is all the way over by then. That's pretty far. But you know, I'm willing to invest money.
Yeah, especially if you get better quality for that.
Yeah, I've just been so let down by everything see, I think there's some like, I was like, okay, I'll think about it. But I was like, in no rush, I was just being really quick. And then, dude, I pulled up to the building.
What other dishes do you enjoy? I like the beef and rice and fried egg that I had last night. I like the homemade spring rolls that's right down the street. What else do I like? I go to the local Vietnamese restaurant and it's like a stir-fried beef with egg and rice. I get to lay all over my bed. I get to roll over from one side to the other one.
Sure shit, I go upstairs. It's a real, by the way, I'm going for 3 years in the house. A real one bedroom. 620.
That's awesome.
Yeah. My rent's still paying 27. Oh, okay. So I'm going backwards.
If you leave the neighborhood, man, everything gets cheaper.
Dude, I would do so much better than I'm doing in Richmond if I just.
All you literally have to do is pick yourself up, drop yourself here, and you've already saved money without even doing anything.
That's true.
And you could still stay in the heart of the heart.
Well, dude, for what I'm paying a month, I could probably do really good here. Because
I mean, one bedroom, you can get a one bedroom, even in this neighborhood for 10 million.
I'm paying 12 for a studio
Oh,
in
man.
Ho Chi Minh.
I'm paying 12 and a half. for my
I was
place.
paying 6 something on Airbnb for it, and now that I have an agreement, not really an agreement, like a month to month. Like he's like, my mom was talking to me and she said, well, you've already rented here on Airbnb 2 months, you just want to do it off the app and we can give you a better deal. And I didn't even really, it went down to 400, like what, 450 or whatever. But if I probably could have got them down to 10, if I just not argued it, but just been like, hey, what do you think about 10?
There's, oh, no, can't do. That's what they always say. That's what they always say, but then you gotta haggle.
But I probably could have.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, okay, so first impression of this, palate is very, very good. I love the sauce.
That's what I tell everyone.
The sauce on this is like, palate's great. No, not knocking palate at all, but this is probably, the sauce is better.
The sauce, that's why I like this one. It has the sauce. Just so you have that bread. Because when you have the bread at the other place, you run out of the sauce when you're at Palette. This one,
It feels smaller, too.
oh yeah, I think they give you a little more meat. The Palette one, the meat is very good, chunky size,
The quality is better.
and the taste is good. But this, the sauce is.
Yeah, the steak does good. It's thicker.
Yeah, the steak's a better quality, but the flavor is the same on the meat. So it's not like you're losing quality, it's just like better meat.
Half the time I come here, even when I eat the bread, I still have the sauce left, and I'm like, damn, man, I should have got some rice and soaked it up.
No, my thing's like blank empty of palate. Like when I'm done.
Mm. It's the same price at Palette, but you only get one egg. Here it's 40 for 2, or it's 35 for 1 egg.
It's not bad.
And I like the cilantro that they put on here.
It's like the flavor of the sauce.
For me, if I do them, I like to do Palette for breakfast or a lunch, and then I like to do this one for more of a dinner. Palette's a more of a quick, just fill you up type of lunch or a breakfast kind of spot. If you really want to save money, get an unfurnished place. It's way cheaper.
Is that cabinet down there?
Yeah, but the problem with that, then I have to buy everything, and then if I only stay here for a couple of months, I'm scrambling to try to sell everything. So I live here on a 90-day tourist visa, and at any time, if I find, hey, I like this place better, I like to leave. So that's why I do not like to do long-term contracts.
Street coffee here is better than.
You don't like bread? I can't eat bread. I donated it to charity.
I'll remember. I'm kind of better. Dude, I'm pumped up right now. I'm too old to be partying like that. I've met random people yesterday. That's the cool thing about Ho Chi Minh.
Last time I saw you in Kyle, we talked about it.
I can't do it anymore.
My body was kind of like, I want to do it,
Yeah.
but I
If you guys can, please double tap the screen. It boosts the algorithm. It tells YouTube that you guys enjoy the content, and it helps me. So if you guys can, please hit that. Why didn't you say no bread? I didn't think about it, and then also I knew that one of them would take it, so why not give it to them? Especially since I paid for it.
The original goal was just to go to that Aussie bar. Well, I was gonna go get front. It was full on both sides. So I went down to
80-year-old woman.
I went down to, I was like, all right, I'm over here in Jack Earl, so I'm gonna watch some footy and some food, right? I'll have a drink in here, maybe. So, you know, like, I wanted to watch that.
I gave it to them. I don't know who ate it.
I wanted to watch that one, but I was gonna watch it at home. Pack, get some sleep.
There's the fried rice. Look at this big pile of fried rice.
Next thing you know, like, I'm running to my buddy.
And he's loading it up with that chili sauce.
Next thing you know,
And he
second round,
had to break into the second
And
bottle.
then I meet these Aussie guys, and then I meet these two
Yeah, oh yeah. I always negotiate. The only thing I don't negotiate on is food. Food and like Grab or InDrive, I don't negotiate, meaning once you're in the car and at the end. I negotiate on InDrive before I book it, but I don't negotiate like on rides while I'm on them or I don't negotiate at restaurants or food and stuff like that. Even street stalls, I don't negotiate on food. I am not going to eat the lettuce. You guys always know that I'm always a little precautious about eating uncooked produce here.
That's why I kept telling Jimmy. That's why I kept telling Jimmy, like, she's like, oh, listen, I'm saying you can make it.
They're loading up on the Bonet too.
Like, Hanoi, I'm like,
2 Bonets over there. Get a round of Bonet.
dude, everything my mate, he's confident. Yeah, you know, like, and I really wanted to enjoy just to enjoy this 4 days in Daong. I may do a bunch of shorts. Did you see the beach there? No. Dude, I had to sleep.
Oh, I forgot about that. I probably shouldn't have ate the corn. It's not enough corn though. It was only like 8 pieces of corn. I didn't think about that though.
And that's it. I'm not calling it a...
I did not think about the corn.
If I do, it'll be at my buddy's bar. Your buddy here as well. That local time, man. No, well, I know we went by, remember we went by and met him. We went, and it wasn't open, remember we left, pallet. Remember that? Yeah, I walked with you somewhere, you said I was somewhere. Yeah. I was supposed to interview, well, I never interviewed later.
Yeah, there's not as many people here. It's weird. Every once in a while that I go out, I'll notice a big drop in people out here.
The day after I left, so the guy who's on smoke up high here in the bar, I left for Chongqing. The next day he arrived in Chongqing. And I see his post and I'm like, bro, man, I wish I would have known. And then he's like, why get that on Sunday? No. And I was like, well, I can put it on Monday. So I'm going to probably do a live stream at his bar. And that'll probably be the only video I make. I brought my camera, but dude, it's hopping now. They have the Mexican food out now too.
Do they got the tacos there?
Yep. He's got the full menu up.
I walked by it the other day. I seen there was people out there, but I was walking.
He's doing like
Oh, I was
Latin
dropping
dancing.
someone else.
He's doing like Latin dancing classes and shit. It's the bar by the butcher, right?
Kind of. It's right. You know, it's a few buildings down from where they make those homemade noodles at the market. You can look through the window and see them twirling the noodles. You know where it's right where the full market is? So the Turkish place, the full market, and then it's like kind of diagonal over there. This is such a romantic stream. Who's the 6?
Yeah, like I did that, and then I'm going to Brunei. Like, it's knocking off countries, man. It's close, it's cheap.
Only time I've ever really looked into Brunei was because Fluffy's passport allows her shockingly 90 days. She can only go to Brunei, Singapore, or Vietnam. That's the only options for her 90 days. And I'm like, why Singapore and why Brunei?
As a non-drinker, like, and someone that's already in a relationship, you would probably love it.
I don't know anything about it, and
I don't either.
it just sounds expensive to me. Brunei is just like.
I got a hotel room for 3 nights for $100.
There was one country, it could have been Brunei. I can't remember what it was, but Drew Binsky went there and said it was.
He hated it.
That's what I think. I think that's the only time I've ever seen a video of there.
And you know what I love about that situation? Some people are mad at him, but then somebody from tourism office or something called him and said, "We'll invite you back and we're going to show you what like a good time is."
Yeah, in a cold shower with his kidneys out. And
I know, right?
nice.
Because they're like freaking
I'd be
harsh.
worried about that.
You know, but it's also Javinsky, so
Yeah.
one of the world's most
Oh, he
famous-
slipped out of a 54-story building.
He's the, so
What's
the
up,
two-
Nada?
I
What's
would
up,
say
buddy?
the two most famous travel bloggers in the world are Javinsky and Yes Theory. I think over the long haul, it would be Yes Theory and Javinsky.
I think the biggest two that I probably commonly watch
Paul,
is Bald and Drew Binsky.
but they're more. Yeah,
I
yeah.
heard there's someone else that's way
Jimmy
big.
Carter.
No, there's someone
Kurt
big.
Hess.
Like I think he's from India, or there's India in his name. I forgot what his.
But I'm talking like guys that everybody would know.
This guy has like 10 million or something, like something crazy.
That's like one city or one tiny town in India.
I mean, I know once I tell you his name, you're gonna say, oh, 'cause I've only heard his name. Man, there's another one. Why can't I remember it?
I'm in love with China. Yeah. China is fucking great. Will, you were right. About China.
I didn't know if it was gonna be the same, but I went there almost 6 years ago now. So
Well, and they don't have any problem with that.
I didn't even have a problem back then.
But right now they don't care for shit. Look, I paid $5 for these.
But
And they're comfortable as hell. And they weigh nothing.
they were at a market or something.
What's your wholesale place? $5. No brand.
But what is that? That's like 35 RMB or something like that. I think it's like 7 for the dollar.
It's like nothing, bro. I feel like China.
I think they all should sleep at Will's place. I love my place by myself. I get to do anything. I get to wake up at any time. I wake up with my eyes open. No alarm, no noise. Alive, you sleeping. Man, I did the crock pot one. The crock pot one on Christmas Eve, and it didn't do nothing, man. It bombed. So I was like, man, screw that. For some reason, when I do live streams, inside, they don't do good. I don't know why. 2 straight days, because I don't have any food to cook, so I have to come out. So yesterday I went to George Costanza, and today I came out to get Bonet. Yeah, but I left that thing on all night, and I seen other people were getting tons of streams. I've done that. I've done cooking streams, and it just doesn't seem to do good. It's shocking. You guys come in, and I get good views and good amount of people in when I don't do a live stream for a while. Then you guys come in. But if I do them every day, I don't get the same numbers.
No, it's on the chat. They're like,
Nah.
Will is live, and I was like, yes. What did Katie say?
It's actually kind of filling up here now. When we first got in here, there was nobody there, and then that guy got here. 3 men and a baby. Man, I was gonna make butter, then I realized it's not cheap. I went to Moon Milk. So Moon Milk saves me a lot because Moon Milk packages their own cheese, their own butter, instead of just selling big name brands. They make their they make their own, and and it like has no name brand, so it's cheaper. So it's actually cheaper for me to go get real butter than it is for me to buy the full cream and then take the time to make it. Yeah, Army guy, and I was gonna say Discount Dale, but that's Upscale Dale now. He moved on out to the east side.
It's so awesome I came up just to hang out.
But it's better weather now.
Yeah. Honestly, I think I was just like, when I came, I was kind of tired. Weather was gloomy. I had a great time. Just when it's gloomy, I kind of get depressed.
That's what everyone did back in September, but nobody left. That's why the rental prices never went down this year. Everyone hated the weather, but everybody stayed.
You know what? Our rainy season's about to start in Ho Chi Minh.
Yeah, I know.
There's a tiny part of me just thinking about.
There's people that do that. So I've been here for 23, 24, and 25 now. And people always say, hey, September, once the rain starts, people leave Daong. They go to Nha Trang, they go to Ho Chi Minh, and then they come back when the rain is done. But this was a shocking year that nobody left. But a lot of people, whenever the rain comes in a certain area, that's when they come. Like people from Ho Chi Minh are coming now and next month up to Daong. And then when September comes, people leave here and they go to Nha Trang and they go to Ho Chi Minh. So it's like,
I think my only problem is that Ho Chi Minh offers literally everything. And every content creator, there's always something going on, always something.
you get what you pay for. You get what you pay for, so there's more stuff there, but it comes at a premium.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
But I totally could have done better.
Did what?
I could totally do better than I did.
Yeah, even I could do better here. I could freaking figure something out, but
One complaint I have about my apartment, even though I love it, is the two people that work here live in the lobby. So there's no, like, if I'm starting to date a girl or whatever, I can't live in the lobby. Literally, like, the couch turns into a bed.
and the refrigerator down there.
Everything they cook, they eat, everything.
Damn.
So like, and I live right across from police, like the massive police headquarters. So like, let's say I'm dating a girl and I want her to spend the night. Not let her move in, but like just let her spend the night. I can't.
Yeah.
Because you have to go past them, there's no safety.
Yeah.
Good job.
It's really strict on that,
Because I'm right here in the police. I'm right here in the police headquarters. If they've got cameras all over my street, so because the headquarters window wall is right there. So if they're probably watching it and they'll be like, "Cut, time to get a bonus."
Hold on, guys. I'm a little distracted. Give me 1 second.
Time to get a bonus. Because my buddy, the guy that I met, he lives upstairs, and he said he had a girl.
Trying to flag down this waitress.
He told me.
American Gathering.
He said they knocked on the door and hit him up for money because he had a girl after midnight in the room.
Really, the police?
Hit him up for tabs.
I had a little upset stomach before I got here. I don't know why.
Like,
It's that cliche saying, I feel a little under the weather. But I felt like that today, earlier. I don't know if it was those chilies, man. Those chilies killed me last night. And usually I have like a double dose of those. But man, if you guys watched the live stream last night, those chilies were killing me.
I was in Daong, which is like near D1, but kind of over the road. It's really, I like it. It's local but cool.
Let me catch up on your messages.
My second one though is on the top.
Golfing, the stuck-up American, upscale Dale. Yeah, he moved out. He got a one-bedroom now, so he's in the residential neighborhood, no longer in the tourist. He's in the residential.
Near that all the time.
Doesn't pay
I
him.
like to party. Out there every night.
I don't even get paid to do this. Rarely.
You need to be honest how you make your money, Will. Selling feed photos and OF.
I can't go against my morals. That's my biggest downside. That's my downfall.
I was drinking like a month and a half, and I moved over my drug board.
Okay, I want to break this. I want to break this big bill.
In the cut, away from everything, but still close to everything.
They have a new menu.
Yeah, my shoes.
I don't think there's anything new here, but they do got a new looking menu. So this is the new menu right there. The other one used to be like, actually it used to be the same color as this, but now it looks like they upgraded. I don't know why. I didn't really notice anything new on the menu itself. No, it's too late for Bonet time. It's done. Bonet is done.
He knows it expires Saturday. And I haven't been saying I've been listening. I didn't want to, like, in case I have to stay, you know?
You don't have to give them a month's notice?
I don't know. I never started the contract.
Oh,
This is the Bonet place, of course. Come on, native. You know that.
I didn't even produce one.
The go-to Bonet spot.
It's like the same thing to me, and I haven't seen it yet. Contract?
Uh,
I'd rather not have a contract.
I'm the same way. I have no security deposit and technically no contract because I paid 3 months in advance. But when I told the landlord, I was like, "Can we get a copy?" He's like, "Here, just screenshot the Facebook that you're gonna pay and this." So I had them sign it, and I just got a receipt that I paid the $37.5 million. So that takes me to August 12th, but that's about it. No security deposit, no nothing. So I got to reevaluate. What do I do in August? I think it's either stay here, it's either do the train again and just commute, live city to city,
Yeah.
or I got to figure out something else. But nothing else. I can't really squeeze in to the value of this budget. That's the problem. There's options, but there's not good options.
You lose other things.
We could go to a city like Lignon, but then you lose 50-60% of the Western amenities. You lose this, you lose that.
Nice. That beach
I think the beach is at least the same as here. And kind of the bonus is nobody's ever on that beach. Never. Like, we've been there 2 years in a row, and all in the day till 5 o'clock, there's like 1 or 2 people.
bikinis on the beach yet?
Nope, no such thing. I can't even bring a barbecue. Anything on barbecue, bikinis, and beer. That's what they said is not allowed on the.
Really?
I wanted to do a little barbecue thing, man, but
No bikinis are allowed?
nah. Actually, they are. They are. I think.
Because the Russian girls probably do.
Yeah, but you won't see locals. Locals will wear the long white stuff.
Yeah, because you're scared of sun.
Yeah. In your dreams. Looks different. We're probably sitting back a little further. Maybe that's why. But if let me see if the kid's here. Let's see if the kid's back here doing his homework. Oh yeah. No. Usually the kid is back here playing his piano, or he's doing his homework. He's doing his homework or playing the piano usually. Let me try to pay real quick. Good job. Can I pay?
I stopped too, though. I checked twice. Oh, no money.
No money. Come on. Come on.
That would be the only way I could do it.
I wanted to break my bill, but
Natural video here, probably along here. I gotta weigh in.
it's too. I can't even get him to break my bill because it's too cheap. I want to break my 500. That's my tip for the night, guys. If you guys have the larger bills, try to break your bills when you go out to eat. Come on.
A mental break from always looking for the next video.
What's up, Jack? What's up, buddy?
I think I told her tomorrow.
What's
Maybe
up,
it's coming tomorrow.
Jack? We thought you went missing
Yeah, he originally was gonna come.
on a scooter tragedy.
And then he pushed it back to this day in the truck. And then all of a sudden he decided to come tomorrow. And I'm here.
The 3 Bs. 3 Bs.
I couldn't drink.
The killer
I
bees.
go out tonight. I can't drink. No freaking way.
I've been building my AI business, man. I've been trying to get all my videos uploaded, and slowly it's coming. I've done about 50% of the videos that I wanted to get up. I still got 2 more at least. And then it looks like I got to go out of the building when the scheduled electric outing is tomorrow. So
Really? Give me a break, man. I need
can start on a 50cc scooter. We still got well over 3,000 subscribers to go. 3,000 might take at least to the end of the year, minimum.
place and we're to go. You know what was I found one in Ho Chi Minh. I'm in a cafe. Right. Well, first of all, it all started back one night out in Kimmy Body where they go.
Yeah.
We go to this place called Roadhouse a lot. We walked by there.
Where?
By Roadhouse.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah. I thought you were at Roadhouse is like 1 or 2 blocks back from the filling station. It's like behind.
I'm sure. I don't know, man.
It's a burger place that they serve pizza.
Really good.
I had the pizza. The pizza's not bad. I've had the burger twice now. I have a weakness for Bikini Bottom. Bikini Bottom's my favorite.
It's good.
I like
I
it.
still haven't had a burger there yet, though.
I know some people that go for breakfast. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Bikini Bottom one of these days for sure this week because I don't have many choices.
Like 10 o'clock. There was no delay.
No delay.
No delay on Vietjet. The government punishment's working.
Big bill. A big bill is 100. Yeah, a big bill is 100,000 for dinner. I agree. That is $4. $4 for one person is a lot, man. I can get 5 banh mi's for that. I can get almost 3 bonnets for that. Shoot, I can almost get a Bikini Bottom meal for 119,000. Hamster motor. Shoot, man, I would ride those electric scooters that you stand on. I just can't find them out here.
Checking you in, the people that are loading your bags.
Literally, it's just
Like everything for customer service.
Man, it's just so hard to get started. So once I get started on my videos, once I'm there and I have Adobe Premiere open and I start editing, it goes a lot easier. But getting me to the laptop, getting me to open it up, I have to go through the files. I need to create folders for B-roll, for audio, for graphics, for clips. Then I got to go through all these clips. I got to say, I don't want this one. Oh, I need 12 seconds. It's a pain, man. And then the hard part is, I hate to say it this way, but there's no motivation to get it out even quicker. Like, once I get it out, the video can do great or it can do terrible. I remember one of the longest videos that I ever took editing. It bombed, man. It only got like 500 views in a week or something. And I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, I spent days editing that. And then it's just like, didn't do anything. Has that here? I don't know what you mean has that here.
Less than $200 round trip.
What country are you visiting? This is the city of Daong in Vietnam.
Totally gonna go back. I have like
A little girl that has one? Oh, yeah. So they have them here, but you gotta buy them. When I was in Europe, they rented them everywhere. They'd be set up on the street, and you'd get a QR code, and you would scan them, and you'd rent them by the hour. I would love to have that. That would be my mode of transportation. Like how they have the bikes here, the pedal bikes. You scan them, and you rent them for like 10,000. The pedal bike's 10,000 for like 30 minutes or an hour. I wish that they had that here. They just don't have that business. They'll rent scooters, they will rent pedal bikes, but they don't rent the Lime standing scooters. I've been to Thailand a few times in the past couple years. Actually, I think I lived technically in Thailand for 7 or 8 months. So I like Thailand. Thailand's just pricing me out and lots of other stuff with the visa. That's not, man, you should have seen, I drove from my one part of Paris all the way over towards the Statue of Liberty, man. I rode that thing in Prague. I rode everywhere. I rode all over London. It's not for, man, I was flying on that thing. I love that thing. I got, actually, half the damn pictures that I took in Europe were on a Lime scooter. Let me see, I'll even show you guys. Let's see if I can show you my European trip. So many of these videos, so many of my pictures and awesome videos were done just from the Lime scooter. That's how I got around everywhere, man. I loved it. Here's more photos.
I just took cash out and used cash the whole time.
The one that I want is just like the lime green scooter, and it's an electric motor, and it has the gas on one throttle and the brake on the other one. I love those things, man. Photos. Here's photos. Some of my best pictures were taken on that thing. Asia just doesn't have that. I just don't understand. Look, these are some pictures right here that I took on. This was on the Lime scooter. This, I got around to the Eiffel Tower on the Lime scooter. I went everywhere on that thing. I drove across the bridge. I got sunset pictures. This is all on the Lime scooter. This was my neighborhood that I stayed in. I was on the bridge. My Lime scooter was right here. I took pictures at night. Let me see. Yeah, man, these pictures are with my Lime scooter leaned up against my leg while I'm taking all these pictures. London, I was riding them. Let's take a look. I wrote it to the Louvre. All these pictures are on the Lime scooter, besides the one that's inside the museum. Brixton, I wrote it in Brixton. I went down, I love these streets. I love these little graffiti streets. That was a local that I met out there. That was my neighborhood. This is my Airbnb in Brixton. This is my neighborhood. I did enjoy the suites. They were expensive, but the suites were pretty good. I took the underground a few times. Street art, street art, street art. This is my Airbnb in Brixton. Street art, street art, street art. There's a whole giant block. I didn't get down the whole place. Let me see if I even... This street had it. This street. Oh, yeah. It definitely changes it. It definitely changes it.
I deleted the metro. Like, Let's VPN is the VPN you would use there.
Yeah, I heard that one, and there's one other one that works, but
And Norton doesn't work.
Norton doesn't work. Not even Norton, all those other ones. That gives you a problem.
None of them, yeah.
That's kind of
LA, WeChat. Dude, I've got a red note now. What? Red note? Yeah. It's like their TikTok, the Chinese talk. You can't download it in the US, but you can download it in China while you're there.
Will's Marcus.
So now I upload to it.
Hit the town.
I couldn't.
Good channel name.
I totally couldn't. Awesome.
I did not see that. I didn't see that. I was only in London, and I stayed mostly in Brixton. I did get over to like the London Eye, and I did a couple of things, but I mostly stayed in Brixton, and I only stayed there for about 3 or 4 days.
Next morning you wake up, you're blown out.
Man, I didn't understand. I didn't realize how big the museum in London is. Like, I was like, oh, this is a big place, and I went in, and then you find out, oh, this is only the Egyptian building. You got to go over here for the Jesus era. You got to go over here for the caveman era. Like, I was like, damn. And I spent hours there. The Vatican. I went to the Vatican when I was in Rome. The Vatican was kind of weird. It gave me some weird feelings being in the Vatican. Vatican is technically, officially, the world's smallest country. So I do count the Vatican as a country as well. Because 100% official, the Vatican is the smallest country in the world.
I'm so excited to go.
Randomly in German.
I'll go back, I'll go to Canton, I'll go to I think Guangzhou is going to be my next.
For some reason, even though I've never went anywhere else, I just like southern China. I went there, I went to Chongqing, I went to Hong Kong, and I went to Shenzhen. And I just like, I would probably get to like
Beijing once.
Beijing, go see the Great Wall and stuff like that. But I just feel,
I really want to go to Shanghai.
the only problem for me, like, because I got offered a few teaching jobs there, and I just heard like the pollution, I heard everything's out. Shanghai, there's tons of expats, but they said it.
You been to Hanoi?
Long time ago, 2019.
Hanoi is the most polluted city in the world this year. By the metric.
I went there, I didn't notice anything, but I was only there for 3 days.
They topped the world in January of this year. It's really bad. I was having the lake, and I took like a little clip and I posted on TikTok, and I got some freaking hate from.
Where did you stay in Hong Kong? I didn't stay in Hong Kong. So as soon as I got off the plane, I went down to the ferry building, and I took like if I can remember correctly, I think it's about an hour ferry ride into Shenzhen. So I was only in Hong Kong for a few hours. I got on the ferry, and I took the ferry to Shenzhen, which is another reason why I like Shenzhen. Shenzhen is modern, Shenzhen is a big city, and then it's only like an hour away from Hong Kong to get in and out. The world's biggest mafia. It felt, this is how I can tell you. So I went to the Vatican. I don't know if you guys remember this story. Most people probably don't remember this story. But I swear, like right when I got back from the Vatican, there was like a whole story about a lady that went missing, and they found like a tomb or something buried under the Vatican. And I never got to follow up on the story, but supposedly it happened like right around the time that I went there. So just a little interesting story. Yeah, I was in Shenzhen. I enjoyed Shenzhen, but I've only been there one time, and I stayed there probably 4 or 5 days. Class it as a visit, or do you have to see it longer? It depends. If I get a stamp from there, I will count it. But I will definitely. I've only 3 countries are the only places that I've only got a stamp. I stayed in South Korea for 2 days. London, I stayed for a few days. Paris stayed for a few days. As long as I'm there for a few days. I'm trying to think. Taiwan and Hong Kong are probably one of the 2 shortest stays that I've had.
They turned it into like a
Shenzhen, not Zen. That's how I thought I was saying it. Shenzhen. What's that cool Mitzi? Did you get your visa? Daong rents are still high. I'm not gonna say they're high because they're not expensive, but they are higher, and they definitely went up from the past 2 years. So I gotta clarify that. And when I say high, the places that I'm looking at probably went up $50 to $100 in that range. So I do gotta clarify that. Yes, they're much higher, not much, but they're a decent percentage higher than the past 2 years. But it's still probably no more than $100 for the same places that used to cost $100 less. Maybe $50 in $50 to $100.
That's the famous one.
Yeah, it's the famous one.
But what I did is I took it from
I get 60 days. So I have the 10-year visa. I have the tourist visa. So my Chinese visa will expire in 2029. And every trip that I go there, I get 60 days to stay there, which I would love, but the problem is Fluffy can't go there. So for me, I could stay there for 2 months on a tourist visa every trip that I go. And I actually got my China visa right before COVID. I got it in, I want to say like August of 2019. I don't think it was September. I think it was August. And I got the 10-year visa. I paid them to do it in San Francisco. It was a tad under $200 for everything, I think. You could technically do it for yourself, but at that point, I never traveled. I'd never been to Asia before, and I think I did pay. I paid for the visa at the embassy in San Francisco. I always wanted to get to Guangzhou too. Guangzhou is probably the city that I would want to teach in. It's probably not my favorite city in China, even though I've never been there, but it's the perfect balance for me for pay, for location, and for amenities if I was going to be a teacher there. So if I was going to be a teacher, Guangzhou would be my number one. Actually, I'll take it back. Chengdu would be my number one city that I would want to teach English in China. But the problem with Chengdu is they pay a lot less than other cities. But I think Chengdu reminds me the most of the Bay Area in California. Working for Dongs ain't easy.
train ride from there.
That should be a t-shirt. Working for Dongs ain't easy. It ain't sleazy working for dongs.
They saw me in my videos. That's why they popped up when I was putting a little clip. They follow me with that.
It ain't easy being sleazy. You didn't even crack open your Pepsi, did you? Oh, you did?
Oh, it's gone.
I was like, damn, man, you didn't even drink your Pepsi. Hey, don't.
Dude, I was telling you, well, I can't. I love Chongqing, but I could never live there. That food,
Oh, yeah.
the food's delicious, but it's so hot and everything. You can smell the spice on every street in Chongqing. Because they sell the cakes with all the seasoning. I call them cakes because they're a cake, but they're not a cake. It's like all the seasonings on a layer.
Oh, yeah, the spice, they give you that big pot, and then they have the little divider between it. I had that. So I'll let an exclusive out. Look at this exclusive.
Hold on, I'm going to show you.
I had that, man. My mouth was definitely burning. Yeah, that's the exact same pot. So this is the divider. That divider, it's like the soup, and then it's the spicy side.
Yeah, and that
Oh, yeah, it's hot, man. It's hot.
and they have squatty potties everywhere.
I didn't see those, luckily. I didn't see those.
Like, when you have... That's the worst possible thing.
I am so lucky I've not experienced that in China. I'll let an exclusive out. You guys always like the shady type of stories. So in 2019, I went there, right? And China would definitely felt the most communist to me. So I went to, I don't know, you were in Shenzhen, right?
No.
Oh, you didn't go to
I only
Shenzhen.
went to Chongqing. Next time I think I'll do Guangzhou, and then I'll probably do a short trip to Beijing. We did the flights for like $200.
Yeah. You can get them. Hong Kong Express is kind of the cheapest way to get there. I've been checking.
I flew China Southern.
Is that the red and the white one? I took China Airlines, which I like, but I don't know if they do. That's probably one of the best. I didn't know. They give you real silverware too. I took that back to the USA. So let me let up this exclusive for you guys that like the dirt and the craziness. So I was in Shenzhen, and so I guess apparently it was around voting time. I guess voting time is probably around September or October, or maybe that was an election time. So I got there, right? This is how new I was to traveling, especially in Asia. So I got there, I went to my hotel. Something happened in my hotel. This was a little shady when I look back on it. Nothing happened though. So I stayed in a hotel in Shenzhen, nice place. Something happened, like I lifted up a phone or I did something, and I was like, damn, man, I can't figure out how to get on the internet or something like that. I got a knock on the door, right? This is kind of a minor thing. And they asked me, hey, sir, is everything all right? This is like 30 minutes, 45 minutes after I checked in. And they're like, is your internet working? Or whatever it was, they mentioned that. And I was like, damn, man, are they listening to me? So that was a little shady part. And then that's when I found out you have to use your passport to get a SIM card. So then I go out there and I'm like, damn, man, I don't know how to get a SIM card.
At the airport, they have free Wi-Fi, but you have to put your passport in. And then you scan your passport, they send out a ticket, and then you log in with that code. That way they can launch it you. But then you just use a VPN anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
So then I get there, right? And I go downstairs and I'm asking like the front desk, I'm like, how do I get a SIM card? And they're like, oh, you gotta take your passport and you gotta go find these little stands. And I was like, damn. So all of a sudden, this lady, she was probably, I'm guessing, around 30 or 40 maybe. And she came up and she's like, oh, I speak English. Do you need help? And I was like, who the hell is this lady? She was in there. She was like, let's go sit over here and I'll help you. So blindly, I let her take me to the passport place. I gave her my passport. She got my SIM card. All good, right? And then she was like, oh, let me... No, this wasn't Shenzhen, I'm sorry. This was Chongqing. I don't know why I said Shenzhen. Chongqing. So I went there, got the SIM card, everything was good. Then this lady goes, oh, do you like spicy food? And I was like, yeah, I like spicy food, right? And then she's like, well, let me take you out. So she wanted to take me to the mall, and it's right where you see all those boats. I don't know if you went to that mall in Chongqing, but it's like right on the river, and you see all the boats lit up. So we went there, right? And she got the hot pot, exactly that. And I was trying to like... I don't know. It was right on the river, and it's a big mall, and then there's just all these boats that are outside, and it's like a little walkway. So we go there, right? And I'm trying to play it off. I'm like, my eyes are watering, and it wasn't really that good. I don't know if I enjoyed it because it was so spicy.
I mean, dude, you're
Oh yeah. It was very spicy. That's when they say it's like one of the spiciest places. So I'm kind of trying to relax. I'm getting everything right. And now she starts telling me, oh, I work for this big company. And during election time, they take our badge and they go vote for us. And then she's giving me like this big sob story. She's like, they come in there and I'm like, lady, why are you telling me this? Like, I don't want to get thrown in a car somewhere. Like, she was like crying, right? And then she's like, can I come back to your hotel? And I was like, what's going on? So I said, well, drop me off because I don't remember where I'm at, and then we'll go get something like a snack or something, right? So she comes back in the grab ride. She's crying. She's telling me, oh, I have a boyfriend. He goes to college, and I went over there last night. I found out he was cheating on me, and I was like, lady, I'm not a fucking therapist. Like, what are you telling me for?
No, because you were going to be the rebound.
No, because she was like, oh, I think I need to go back over there. I need to go over there, and I was like, hey, let me go get my wallet real quick. I was like, let me go get my wallet and I'll come back down. I went upstairs and I never came back down. I don't know what happened to that lady, but she was just telling me so much stuff. That lady was just telling me, she was like, yeah, they take our badge and they go vote for us. And I was like, I think it's a good time to exit. But that was a crazy experience. The lady went into a whole bunch of stories.
I get scared when people tell me that stuff in countries like that.
When I look back at it, I'd seen it wasn't mild, but when you're there, and then you start thinking like, how the hell did this lady know I was here? Like, then she came up to me and was like, let me go do this. And I'm like, why are you volunteering to go do this? Like, if someone just walked in here right now, I wouldn't go volunteer to just go take these people around. But then she cried, and I was like, lady, I'm not a therapist. And I was like, I just feel like this is a setup or something. But I said, hey, let me go back up to my room. I forgot my wallet, or I told her something I forgot, my phone or something like that. I never came back down. I've never been followed, but that lady, she was definitely an interesting thing. I was arrested in China, locked up abroad. Yeah, I did. The payoff was not worth it. At best, she wanted to go over to see her ex-boyfriend and go see if the girl was still there. At worst, she wanted to put me in a bathtub and cut my organs out. So I was like, yeah, I'll have to see you later.
Well, I think she wanted...
I don't know, that's what she said. So she said she worked at a place, and I think she said every month or every year, they come in, they take their employee badge, and they go vote for them. That's what she told me. I have no clue what that means or not, but this is 100% what this lady told me. We were sitting at dinner, and she was like giving me this sob story. She was like, I send all my money back home. I work for a good company, but they always take my badge, and then they go vote, and a few days later, they give us our badge back. And I was like, lady, I just met you an hour ago. Like, the first 2 hours that I met her, she's already telling me that the government's stealing her stuff, her badge, and then she's telling me that her boyfriend's cheating on her, and she's crying, and I was like, lady, man, I'm trying to enjoy my first trip to China. That's when I found the Dairy Queen, because I stayed right by that bridge.
Yeah.
So when I looked out, I could see the Dairy Queen, and I could see the bridge right there. My hotel looked right onto that bridge.
You were near Daong Caves.
I'm not sure. I went there, I booked a place, and I was right near the Dairy Queen and the Starbucks.
You said you stood her up.
I didn't stood her. Man, she was nuts. I did not want to be around any longer.
I'm telling you right now, she wanted you to be you can't say it.
I don't think she was interested. I think she was, for some reason, I think she was trying to either dig and find information about me, or for some weird reason, she wanted me to go to the college with her and go knock on her boyfriend's door or something. I was like, dude, I'm out of here. This is crazy. But she kept messaging me on WhatsApp. She kept messaging me, and I just finally blocked it. And I was like, but then the worst part, like, the worst part was I had to go to the bank to get money, and I needed it, like, to pay downstairs or something, like to go get a drink, something that I needed to do. And I was like, I can't go downstairs. She's fucking still down there. So I was like, I had to sit in the hotel for like 3 hours, and I was like, I hope she's gone by the time I get down here.
You know what I would have done? I would have been that room. My shoulder is very nice for you.
No, not me. It was just so awkward. It was so weird. And she was like telling me like I was her friend for like 30 years. Like, she was just spilling everything. Like, why are you telling an American that like your company comes and does this? And
that puts us in a bad position too.
Yeah, man. I was like, what is it? I don't know. You know, I'm not going to say it because it's kind of over the top, but I kind of did feel like there was some kind of spying going on, because you tie that in with them coming to my room when they asked me, it was something about my refrigerator wasn't cold or my internet wasn't working, something like that. And they came up like 40 minutes after I checked in. They're like, hey, is your refrigerator cold? Or something that just really gave me a weird feeling. And I was like, yeah. And they were like, oh, okay, just come down and tell us if it's not. And then I went downstairs maybe 30 minutes later to go get my SIM card. And that's when the lady walked in to the building. She wasn't staying there or nothing. She walked in, she goes, oh, you're trying to get a SIM card? I don't know if she overheard me or someone told her that. But then she goes, oh, let's go talk in the little dining restaurant area. And I was like, yeah, I'm from here. I'm out here traveling. She was average. She was not bad. She was an older, like 40, very early 40s or late 30s Chinese lady. Very just typical looking Chinese lady.
Timmy's like, say hello to your friends in here. What's up, everyone?
Yeah, what's up, everybody? There's no more discount Dale. That's upscale Dale.
We got high quality Dale.
Upscale Dale. He's moving on out to the east side. I didn't break her heart, so I really don't believe she was interested in me besides either spying and figuring out why I was there or to team up and go with her to her boyfriend's college or whatever and go see if the girlfriend was still there. But I didn't, because I think I almost made a mistake. I was like, hey, I'm going to go get I think it was my other phone. I said, hey, I forgot my other phone. I'm going to go up and go get my phone. And I asked her, I was like, do you want to come up with me to go get my phone? And she was like, no, I stay down here. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, thank God she didn't say yes, because then she would have known my freaking room number. So I was happy. I messed up. I almost told her to come up and go grab my phone while I go grab it. Thank God I didn't tell her that. But yeah, man, that was a crazy story.
McFluffy is in the building. Not the McFlurry, the McFluffy.
But the lady just kind of knew everything that I told the hotel, so it was a little bit weird. And why did she just go? It took her like an hour to go help me leave here, go find 2 different SIM card places. She took my passport, handed it to the guy, did all that. And like she was just doing this, and like she just walked in off the street.
She probably had AI glasses, scanning the information.
This was 2019, so.
China's so far in the future, beyond everything.
When I went, oh, you didn't go to Shenzhen. I was gonna say, did you see at the malls and places they have these car things? So you drive in these little, kind of like the big rigs that transport the cars across country. You know how you drive them up on the ramps? So they have that, but it lifts your car up, and they stack your car when you park it up on the top of the building, and then they drive another one. I've seen that in Shenzhen.
I think the coolest thing I saw tech-wise in China was when I got to the airport in Guangzhou. I went to go look at the updated flight to see, because there was a storm, so it was on radar. And I went and I stared at it and said, look into the camera. It'll tell you what your flight information. Bro, they have retinal. I don't know how. They matched it to my passport, I guess. So you stare at the thing, and it scans you real quick, and then it says your flight is delayed by 1 hour.
I honestly, I could be wrong, but I don't think that lady really had an interest in me. She had an interest in my information or me helping her somehow. But I don't know. I could be wrong. I have no clue. Because like I said, I invited her to come upstairs to go get my other phone. That's why we went back to my place. And she was like, no, I stay down here. And then I was like, oh, when I said it, it's kind of those times you're like, why did I just say that? And I was so happy that she said no. But she just knew everything that she shouldn't have known. An American spy. No, she never asked me if I was an American spy. She just kind of asked me what I was doing there. I don't think she really believed me, but whatever.
Yeah, we consider it.
I just went into submission.
Submission.
That's what Tim said. Yeah, but I had to leave, man. That lady, she scared me. Like I said, at best, she probably wanted me to go to the college and find out if her boyfriend was still with that other girl. Like, she was crying. She was full out crying. And I was like, hey, man, this is my freaking vacation, man. I'm not trying to be sitting here hearing a sob story about some lady that I just met 2 hours ago. Like, what the hell is going on? But she never asked me if I was a spy. She asked me stuff like, why are you here? I think she asked me what job I did, and at the time, 2019. Oh, I was on unemployment, and she was like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm getting paid while I travel." And then she's like, "I don't understand, what kind of job is that?" And I was like, "No job." I think I would be a very, very good spy. It's too late for me to do that now, and I do worry about being whacked, but it always interested me. You know what I would like to do? I wish I could have been a private investigator. That's one job that I always. You did?
It's an easy license to get in Texas.
I want to be the guy. Like, I don't know why.
What?
You know what kind of made me think that? Because I like being on my own. I like gathering information, and I like getting paid, right? So, I don't know, it probably helped, but that showed cheaters. Remember where, like, they would send someone out and they would be taking pictures, and they would, like, do you remember that show?
But what if you gotta like stop someone like out in the heat, like it's hot.
As long as they pay me good
I do
money.
that in the Army anyways.
As long as they pay me good money. I'm too old now, but if I could have done certain things, that interested me. Being a spy, like, those jobs are interesting to me.
Do you know how long it takes you to get just a PI license?
Huh?
It's like a week or less.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, obviously you got to be good at what you do and you got to figure out how to do it, but you have to be licensed. The license is not hard to get. It's like a test.
Oh, yeah. Man, you got to be licensed to do almost anything in the
Let's start
USA.
Magnum PI all over again.
Magnum PI. Who's gonna have the mustache?
I see why you said that. Who did that? Who said that, Native?
They don't want to see you. They said.
Yeah.
Give you a
Pervert.
They took their table.
Well, we gave it up. We saw them standing in it. It was your idea.
8:44.
They wanted to be here.
And we're
This place
done.
is pretty busy now.
Yeah.
Usually it dies out at this time. Usually it's busy an hour ago and then it dies out.
Was this you and I?
Nobody was here. There was a lady up there and one there, but that was it. But you do see more tourists coming in here now too. When I went to pay, the guy told me, no, you don't pay. And I was like, yeah, come on, man, I'll pay. But he told me, no pay.
Yes, Diane, very pretty.
Dale to say hi. Pulled up, panned back with the girl, long hair.
Kimmy could not.
Tim,
pass
she
the
said
drugs.
she said she's too small. You're too short.
He said Kimmy couldn't pass the drug screen. Is what Pete said.
The spy was working on Anthong. Yeah, I didn't think about that though. In Asia, I don't think I wouldn't be the private investigator in Asia. I would have done that in my younger years in USA. Driving a car around, scoping out, taking the pictures, saying, hey, your husband's been cheating. Hey, your wife's been cheating on you. Here it goes. Give me my freaking 10 grand. Here's the pictures. Yeah, that's what she said. She said, there you go. See, look, her boyfriend's way taller than you.
You still got to sit. That's okay.
Yeah, I know Cheaters was scripted, but that's what gave me the idea that there's actually real people like that do that job. Did you guys pay yet?
Yeah, I did. I did too.
Okay. You want to head down this way or what?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Man, I really want the cafe, but man, I can't drink no sugar, man. That's what sucks.
Are you doing like a total?
I messed up. I went to the Japanese buffet 2 days ago, and I just started eating rice. I only had like a half cup, but I shouldn't have done it. But besides that, I haven't had nothing else. And I'm kind of like, damn, I want a Tra Talk or I want something, but I know I'll regret it. Let's say goodbye to the...
My body is not a.
Bye-bye. This is where the magic is.
Where are you gonna go down it?
I don't know. I guess we can either go to that cafe or we can go to the...
I have my little hall.
Oh, yeah. We can either go to the cafe or we can go hang out at the liquor store or whatever you guys... not the liquor store, but the convenience store or the cafe or... That's on this stretch of road.
I'm just here to chill, man. That's the cool thing.
It's a little spot that has a couple of... You want to go to the convenience store or you want to go to that cafe?
What about your juice place?
That's what I'm talking about, the juice place.
Get something healthy there. You put healthy.
Still has sugar, but we can go there. We can go there. I haven't been there.
The one next to
The one with the sweet potato fries? Yeah. I guess we can go there. Even if I don't get something, I'll hang out. So we'll walk down there. We'll see if we beat upscale Dale. So this, if you just literally start, so I don't think, you've never been to George Costanza, right?
No, yeah, we went when I was.
Oh, we went.
You took me there. Yeah.
So George Costanza's on the corner of this street.
Yeah.
If you literally just walk all the way down here about 10 minutes to the road ends, this is where all your cheap food, this is where you're gonna find everything. Bonet, desserts.
Oh, this is where you brought me, where you said you hang out at that place. Remember the lights were out that night?
The lights.
Remember we went down there and got drinks before we went to the Dragon Fish.
Oh, yeah.
And remember you said it was weird because the lights were out. Remember
At the convenience store?
Yeah, across
Yeah.
from where we were.
Yeah, that's the convenience store I always hang out. Either that one, or I normally hang out across the street. But if you come down here, there's everything.
Yeah.
It's literally 10 minutes from here to the beach. If you just come down here, sit down. If you come down here, everything is extremely cheap. Dale's making sure doesn't party.
Well, there's no alcohol for me tonight.
There's no alcohol for me tonight. I don't even think there's gonna be sugar. I hope I don't get
I'll
weak.
have sugar, but no alcohol.
Here's another Bonet. We had this place before, but it's just not as good. It's hard for me. I like that place number one. I like Palette number two. And then, you know what? I had one, actually, I bet you would like this one that we had in Daong Hoi. It was completely different. It had the sauce like that one, but it had the chunks like Palette. So it had kind of a combination of both of those. But it closes like at 11 in the morning, and then they open up at like 6. So it was kind of hard. But Daong Hoi, very different type of city.
Yeah, I may do like one evening in Hoi An, just for like 4 hours.
Yeah, I really want to figure out how to do that shuttle van, man.
To go down there?
It's like 40,000 to get. I would take it down there, but I would take the taxi back because it'd be too late to do it. But we know a guy that took it, and it's kind of like, you know, those old people shuttle vans that take you around and go get your groceries when you're in a senior citizen place. It's one of those, and it goes from the beach all the way down there. And I kind of wanted to make a video, but we've been here for almost 2 years, and I've never got to Hoi An. Look at this guy. Stop clogging up traffic.
I think if I make a video while I'm here, it would be Hoi An.
I know Fluffy would get mad if I went to Hoi An without her, but
So you guys haven't even been there.
we've never
yet.
been there. We've been
40
all
minutes away.
I know. We've been to Dong Hoi, we've been to Nha Trang, we've been to like 6 cities. We've never been to Hoi An. We just keep pushing it off. We say like, okay, we're going next month. Okay, we're going in a couple weeks.
And it's the closest place.
It's the closest. It's less than 45 minutes away. That was Dale holding up traffic. Now there's a traffic jam.
Yeah, I mean, literally, if I do it, I'll go for like 4 hours. 4 or 5 hours, I'll come back.
We were always trying to time it. People said it's not really a big deal, but we were always, see, that's the scooter I'd ride right there.
Yeah.
I would even ride this one. I'd ride this one. Damn, what else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, we were gonna go on the Full Moon Festival, but a lot of people say it's not that much different to go on the Full Moon Festival than the regular night to go watch the lanterns.
Yeah. Maybe I'll do it Wednesday since David's coming tomorrow.
Oh, he's finally coming back.
I'll be here tomorrow, I think, and then maybe on Wednesday I'll go to Hoi An just for like the evening. And
Yeah.
later, make like a 10-minute video, explore, and then come back.
Yeah, man, I've still never been there. I didn't get to the southern cities, and I still want to get to the city of Vinh. I don't know why.
I heard it's dangerous.
Vinh?
Yeah, that's
Wow.
what I met 2 guys. Now they don't really work well with people. They almost got kidnapped.
Kidnapped? Jesus Christ.
They were at a bar when they were riding their bikes up the country, and the bartender said, "You guys need to go back to your hotel. Those guys are scoping you out.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Were they Americans or something?
British.
Oh.
British.
That's the store we were sitting at.
And this was out. They had no power. Remember?
Yeah. This is where I normally like to stay. Internet's a little better, but if everyone's clogged up, then we sit over there. Upscale Dale. Ah, he's using their parking lot. Huh?
Yeah, I hope they don't tell me that. Oh, yeah, we get those 2, buy 1. Oh, buy 2.
Buy 2, get 1 free or something.
Yeah, hopefully they don't tell me.
I've never seen anything get towed though, but
Like, little cash.
So
what they do in Ho Chi Minh.
I don't think that. I've never seen it. I don't want to say it won't happen, but we've never seen anyone get towed.
See it from
Yeah. I cannot imagine. They're too busy on their phone on Facebook.
we might not even get it.
You think it's busy? Ugh. Dale got a Harley. I mean a Farley. A Chris Farley.
Oh, we may have to see over there.
Is it busy? Damn, man, this place never used to be busy. Now I do some live streams from here, and now it's busy. Xin chào. Let's see. Xin chào. Come on. We can either go sit in there, or we can go grab.
All night long.
They love it.
All night long. People come and go, just drive through, take out.
Yeah, this is their drive-through. This is the drive-through.
See the cart so successful.
So they're making probably a ton of money.
Yeah.
The lady that used to be here was an old lady, and then I guess she went back to her city, and then they just took it over. But you guys want to go in there? Or you want to get it and go, or what?
There's no place to sit, right?
It looks like there's an empty table, but
I can just get some. If we're just gonna sit over here, I'll just get some.
Okay.
tomorrow.
Yeah, I can just get some over here.
that is the caramel ice blend. That's where I get the caramel ice blend at. That's my favorite drink out of this whole city, but I can't get it. It's loaded with sugar. I still have some of my water left anyways. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's hopefully get a table. We'll be hanging out with the locals. This is Dale's scooter right here. Let me show you guys, give you guys a tour. Damn, do they got a...
You had to go to the thing.
We just gotta grab some chairs.
Sit on the table.
No, but there's some chairs over there. It's BYOC. Damn, I don't think there's one. We're missing one chair. Damn, we're missing one freaking chair. Damn, we're literally one chair short.
I don't need to sit. I'm standing.
You sure?
Yeah. Someone will.
If people have their shoes off, they're here for the long haul. Jesus Christ, we're missing one freaking chair. And this thing is not even stable. Gail has a helmet with spikes on it, yeah. That's where I just grabbed the chairs. There's none over there. There's only tables. It's folded. I just looked. I don't see one. Where? 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 There is none. Yes, I told you that's a table. We both looked. Okay. That's what I told you. There's plenty of tables, but not enough chairs. Man, it is freaking humid. Here's the wild, crazy traffic street. I guess they wanted to go over It sucks. Like, we got everything. We got a spot. We got the tables, but we're literally missing one freaking chair. Let me break out my water. I am thirsty. I got my water, so I could drink that. Oh, look, he dropped his helmet. Look, this is why you wear your helmets, guys. Now look, he's gonna cause the traffic. And now he's gonna run back in the middle of this traffic and try to pick up his helmet. Let's see. That's why... Man, I am dreading tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm pretty sure that our electricity is going to be out for a few hours, and I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. Whew. No, I don't ride back of scooters. If I was gonna ride a scooter, I would need to be the one riding it. But I just can't put my faith into anyone else on a scooter. If I was gonna get on a scooter, it would be for me only. If I'm gonna crash it or cause an accident, I want to be the person that controls it. Hoi An, the problem about Hoi An, I would like to go at night. I wouldn't want to go in the day. I'm going to be probably woken up at like 7 or 8 in the morning when the AC and all the electricity goes out. So I'm going to have to go somewhere with some AC, maybe do a live stream, maybe go do a sit down uploaded video where I sit and maybe do a talking head comparison video of this city to that city or something like that, so that I can edit that and upload that. And then I'll go hang out somewhere in the AC for the rest of the day till the electricity comes back on. That's why I was kind of debating going to the mall. And I'm not a big movie guy, but I was like, man, maybe I can go to the movies and kill a bunch of hours or go bowling, but...
Oh yeah, what'd you do then?
No, it's tomorrow. My landlord told me the 20th, and for some reason I thought the 20th was today. So it's tomorrow. So I was kind of happy, like, okay, it'll be done tomorrow, and then at the end it was like, oh no, it's another day. So it's like I have to think about it 2 days in a row now. It would be way too hot for me in the day. Even when I go to the beach, man, I can only take the beach for a little bit, and this humidity is killing me. Even at nighttime, it's freaking killing me. Dang, he got a whole grocery list.
Cheesy munchies and shit.
A whole grocery list.
By the way, hey, so when you guys started walking, your fucking Bonet guy and his wife, they go up there and I hear they're looking at me, he goes like this to her, pointing to me, getting on my scooter, and they were laughing, smiling. I don't know if they...
It's because your scooter's pink.
It's because it's pink.
What is it about that? Is it the style? I don't know, because they kept talking about it.
Your helmet's pink.
Maybe they know the couple that owns the company? I don't know.
I don't know. You should have said, hey man, why are you laughing
They
at
were
me?
smiling at me, but sort of laughing. I was just like...
But don't most owners have...
The go-kart crash, I didn't get hurt. I would ride that go-kart 50 times and do the same thing and crash 50 times doing that go-kart than one time riding the scooter. That go-kart, I didn't even get hurt. The worst thing that happened to me is my shirt got dirty, but
it's a mix.
I didn't get hurt at all in that scooter. Actually, for as weird as it sounds, it was kind of exciting. I wish I could find those scooters. We were supposed to do those go-karts in Tuy Hoa. But we completely forgot to do that in Tuy Hoa. Oh, he's got the Chex Mix. Chex Mix.
We're doing peer pressure.
June will be very humid.
I wish I had that big flag up.
No, man, that didn't bother me. I should have just put my feet down when I was riding that scooter. I wouldn't have flipped over, but I tried to be cool. I went up the ramp, and then it started going back, and I should have just put my feet down, caught the go-kart and just pulled myself up, and I was like, screw it, I'll roll back. The go-kart will stop after a little bit of momentum. And then the wheel turned, and it went, but it just dumped me like this. And I didn't have any scars or injuries, just my bottom of my shirt was all dirty. This guy's taking a nap.
Dude, I don't know how they can like sleep up on the bike.
Oh yeah.
They do that all the time here.
Rap guys, yeah. They're getting like,
Dude, I would so fall off.
Yeah, or they're always, the luxury guys are the ones that sit in the car and they have their feet with
They
no...
live in those.
They sit in that and they have both of their feet out with no shoes on. And you walk by and I always do this, like I'm going to tickle their feet when they walk by.
There
But
was a $500,000 car too.
I don't understand, how do they pay for those cars?
It's a tax write-off. So a buddy might explain that to me. Especially in Ho Chi Minh, the way to avoid taxes is a big purchase. So they'll go get a Rolls Royce, like Wraith or whatever.
But here's what I don't understand. These guys make $6 a day. How are they making the monthly payment?
No. A company owns that. Like, let's say you were rich and you own a business.
So those guys don't own the cars.
No. Those guys live in that car. Like, they're basically the beck and the call of whoever owns that car for that business. So, rich man A owns the business, and he wants a tax write-off. So he'll go buy a $500,000 car. Because those rates are $600,000, $500,000, some of the Rolls Royces that I've seen. And they'll hire a driver, and they now have an employee that's a write-off.
Yeah, I don't understand how, because I was like, why are they making $7 a day and they got a better car than most people in the USA? I'm like, this doesn't make sense.
No, some rich guy who owns a business owns that car.
What do they get out of it?
What do you mean?
The employee, what do they get out of making $7 a day and living 24 hours to do nothing but work?
Think about like the connect. Like, would you rather work for here, like she's doing,
But never see your family, sleep in a
I'm
car?
sure they do it on shifts. I'm sure it's not like 24 hours, 24 hours.
That's just a paid slave.
I know, that's what working is.
my security guy at my building, he never leaves.
Right?
He sleeps in the restaurant at night. He puts up a cot.
That's what my guy does.
He's
That's
there
crazy.
all day, all night. He doesn't leave. I don't even know
He
where he
subscribes to
showers.
my channel and watches all my shit too. He's
That's
like,
just
you got a little
crazy.
drunk on your live stream last night. I'm like, all right, dude.
It's so weird to think in USA, if people had jobs and just lived like that, they'd be out robbing things, they'd be out selling drugs. It's weird that doesn't cause that here.
Free rent.
Yeah, but if you go give a guy, if you say, hey, guy, you can go drive for Uber or Lyft, but you got to sleep in your car and you never go see your family, they say, fuck that, man. I'm going to go on unemployment. I'm going to go on welfare. I'm going to go get Section 8.
Sleep on this or sleep inside a $500,000 car that
But still, I mean, that's your life. That's your whole life.
that's the life for most people in the world.
I'm just glad I'm not in that, because I would have said, screw it, man. See these illegal mafia, maybe I'll go do one of these little runs and try to change my life, but that's crazy.
I have a funny story about that. Do you want to hear a funny story?
It's all smoke and mirrors.
You want to hear like an interesting story from Ho Chi Minh? I'll keep names out of it, so like nobody will know who these
To protect
people
the
are.
innocent?
Yes, and the guilty.
And the guilty.
So there's a guy that I was supposed to meet up with
EBT.
for drinks, and he's from Australia, and he came in one day before I got back from China, and he brought in a local man with him. Ends up, this man is one of the head of the cartel, of the gangsters in Ho Chi Minh, like a bigwig. I missed it. I wasn't there for this, but I saw the video on the camera because the owner showed me. But basically, what it was is the owner came in and was like, "How much are you paying for protection?" Because every bar has to pay. No. So my buddy brings this guy. I didn't know my buddy knew this guy. Brings him to the bar, but while said Vietnamese guy is at the bar, said Vietnamese guy starts talking to the owner, like how much you paying for protection. I really think this would be a good hangout place for people I know. We could get that protection money to be non-existent. blah 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 blah
What's up,
blah.
bro?
Yeah,
Obviously, they told him to kick rocks.
But then you fall under
Kick
this.
rocks.
But now you're talking about like your business is no longer your business anymore.
Yeah.
And the government cracks down on that guy, you're gone. And he's a foreigner, the guy that owns it. Well, it's him and his wife, right? Like his wife's Vietnamese. She's obviously a name owner.
They should just politely decline.
He did.
He was like,
And
hell
he
no.
banned my buddy from the bar.
Banned him.
Well, yeah, because he's like, you can't bring that into my bar. Because you gotta know when you gotta know, like, especially if it's your drinking spot, right? Like, you want to have, like, two things I never do. Never start a fight at a bar I like going to, and never sleep with any of the staff.
Huh.
Even though I've had many an opportunity, especially in Colombia, you don't do it because there's always going to be drama, and then you can't drink there anymore. So, like, but you don't bring people in that are going to cause a rift with the owners when you're a regular.
Yeah, man, that's the last thing you want to do is get in trouble. That's why I don't know why you freaking madmen go rent these scooters knowing you're breaking the law. I always give you guys that. Don't break the law. You guys, oh no, it's okay.
I have no interest in driving one.
I don't either. Dale's the evil Knievel.
I ride on the back of them.
I'm even too scared for that. I just, if I'm gonna ride a scooter, I'm gonna ride it myself. I'm the type where if something's gonna happen, I want to be the cause of it rather than someone else causing me to get hurt.
You want to be in control.
I want to be in control, and I don't want to be say like, oh, he wrecked me. He's the fault. Like, if I do something wrong, I want to take the blame for it. Like, I don't want to say like, oh, he should have did this. He shouldn't have turned that way. Like, then they'll say, well, why weren't you riding? Why didn't you do it? If you're so good, why didn't you ride it? That's why I don't want to do that craziness. U.S. prices are sky high.
Yeah.
Man, is it me or is it freaking humid?
Oh, it's humid.
No breeze either. Not where we are.
Remember, I've only been out
By
like
the beach.
3 days out of the past 2 weeks, really. I've been locked in that AC editing. But man, the past 2 days, it's felt a lot more humid. But remember, before this, I wasn't constantly going out except for the end of April. And it's already May now. Almost, it is the middle of May. So those 2 weeks rapidly went up.
Yeah, I didn't even see that. Maybe we should have
Natives like, got it.
by the beach.
By the beach.
Well, like where you're building.
Ah, yeah.
No, because people are saying you should go live right now. I'm like, why would I go live when I'm already sitting on wheels?
Dual lives. Let me show you guys the craziness. For how much craziness. Let's see. There was a guy, I don't think you guys seen it, there was a guy that dropped his helmet in the middle of the road. Editing WWF reruns. No, they already have. There's so many channels that have that. Actually, I've been watching some old WWF YouTube videos. Someone has that market cornered. I've seen a guy has like 1 million subscribers on just old WWF TV shows.
Do you remember that documentary series, Dark Side of the Ring?
Yeah. It's still going now.
They have new episodes?
Oh, yeah.
What?
It's every season.
What is it on?
They'll just have like a crazy wrestler and they'll tell the life story. It's like a documentary
It's
about
cool,
the
like-
Macho Man or this.
Like old school ones.
Yeah.
Like behind the scenes stories, like the guys, all the drug use, like all the stuff where people would like there were a couple of mysterious unalivings that occurred.
They did one on the Ultimate Warrior. They did one on
Yeah.
Macho Man. They did them on a lot. Like,
Bret Hart.
oh yeah, Bret Hart. Back in the early 2000s, those guys, like the wrestlers, to make money after they retired, they would go like on not YouTube, but these smaller companies, and they'd pay them like $1,000 or $2,000 to tell the same story. So all those stories I used to watch on YouTube 15 years ago. Like the wrestlers would be interviewed, like especially if they had drug problems or a bankrupt. Like they'd come up.
Oh,
They had Scott Hall.
Have you ever seen? Did you ever hear the story of the Iron Sheik?
Yeah, how he was like the bodyguard for the Shah in Iran.
But when do you know what happened at the end of his career?
I always thought that was fake.
Yeah, his daughter died.
No, he became a heroin addict. He lives in Atlanta, bro.
He's dead now though.
Well, but he was living in Atlanta. My bad.
And his daughter got killed. There was a long story. But he was like that for like 20 years. He was all messed up on drugs. Even back, it was funny because remember Hacksaw Jim Duggan?
Uh-huh.
Back in like the late 80s, remember this was when there was good guys and bad guys. Hacksaw Jim Duggan and the Iron Sheik got pulled over in real life. I think it was like in New York or New Jersey, and they had weed and they had cocaine. The police bust them and arrest them. It was all over the news, like in New Jersey. They're like, why is Hacksaw Jim Duggan hanging around this evil man called Iron Sheik? So they both got fired because of it, because they're supposed to be like hated enemies, and they're busted in the same car doing drugs. So it's always been, but those wrestlers die because people say like, oh, it's the steroids. It's not the steroids, man. They wrestled like 300 times a year. They would wrestle tonight like in Minnesota. The next day they'd be in LA. The next day they'd be in Texas. And if they didn't wrestle, they didn't get paid.
And it rolls over.
They're getting hurt. They're having to take drugs to stay awake. Then they're having to drink to go to bed. Then they're getting on freaking cars and drinking. Like that life takes a toll on you.
And think about it. Even if you don't get hurt, after a show, your body is just banged up.
And then they take drugs to stay up. And then they drink to go to bed. And it's
then
like
women, all the stuff for that too.
And there was no contract like in those days. So if you didn't wrestle, you don't get paid. So you got to go wrestle hurt. They could fire you at any time. So
what was that?
It was a hard life.
They made an actual like movie and a bunch of things.
Oh yeah, that was the Wrestler.
No, not that one. That was a good movie too.
That story was about Jake the Snake.
Yes.
That was like the biography.
Mickey Rourke.
Yeah. That was about Jake the Snake.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great performance.
Yeah, that was a good movie. I liked
Who
it.
looked really hot in that movie, and she was topless.
Lunch
Marissa
break.
Tomei
What's up,
at
Mark?
50-year-old Marissa still gorgeous.
Look at her in the Spider-Man movie.
Those were the hottest 50-year-old boobs I've ever seen.
Yeah.
South America? I've never been to South America. When I get tired of Asia, I kind of think I'm going to go explore Central and South America. But I don't know when that'll ever be. Much down the road. Yeah, man, those wrestlers went through a lot, man. But now they have guaranteed contracts. They wrestle like once a week.
They're millionaires.
They fly on planes everywhere. Back in those days, they would get in a car and drive 400 miles to the next city. And back in those days, crack open beers, drink on the way down there. Man, that'll kill you, man. That travel will kill you. I did 5 countries in like 7 days, and it's like, man, like travel, even if you don't do drugs, if you don't do anything, it still wears you out.
Well, I mean, like I said, that's why I just came up here. Like, I just got back from China, and I'm getting ready to do Brunei and Bali, right? Back to back. And I just needed a break. I came up here to do it.
Like, imagine doing that schedule and pace while you're drunk, while you're hurt,
For 15 years.
and while you're drunk, while you're hurt, where you sprained your ankle walking down the street, and then you still got to go out here and go shoot videos.
And they'll shoot your ankle up instead of giving you a break.
And it's like, hey, man, I don't have no money. I got to go shoot this video, or else I don't make nothing. Like, that's a crazy life.
Would you think like every pro wrestler that you see on TV is probably a millionaire now?
No. The minimum contracts are like $250. So like the kind of the lower name guys. So they'll make $250, but the wrestlers still nowadays, they're technically independent contractors. So they get paid. The only thing that they get is plane tickets. But they got to pay for their hotels. They got to pay for their food. They do take care of their medical bills though now. But the wrestler gets paid. He's got to get his hotel. He's got to stay all in safety. He's got to get there. They give him flight tickets and medical. But that's it. So, but a lot of these guys, man, they just blow their money. Like that's the problem. But then you see, now you understand why people like Hulk Hogan, The Rock, Stone Cold, they say like, should I wrestle 300 days a year and get paid $500,000, or I can go do a movie and make $6 million and work 2 weeks of the whole year and not get hurt? Like that's the double-edged sword, is that you love these wrestlers, but they look and they're like, dude, I can go make a movie and get $20 million for this movie.
Did that. Jim Brown, you know, he only played 8 years, but he got in the Hall of Fame, even though you're supposed to do 10.
Yeah.
But still, probably the greatest running back of all time.
And they call him the greatest football player / lacrosse player. He was a lacrosse player too.
I remember when I was a kid going to Brown's training camp, and I would see him, and watching him walk, I was in pain watching him walk. That dude looked terrible.
Yeah.
Use their knees, man. They go.
Dude, he would walk like this. He'd be like,
Oh yeah, man. All that stuff takes a toll out of you,
and
man.
he ended up being on a cart. They gave him a golf cart. to
Shoot,
run
just
around.
go do like construction or go like lay bricks. Like those guys, their backs are all killed too.
That's all he did was go make movies, man. Like you said, he quit NFL and made all the blaxploitation movies.
Yeah, man, that's what's crazy about that lifestyle. Like, you can't be, like, if you're The Rock or someone, like, why are you going to say, hey, I'm going to get on a plane every day and I have a sprained ankle and make, even if I make $1 million in a whole year working 300 days, or I can go make freaking, what was the movie he was in? I don't think he was in Fast and Furious, but he was in one of those big movies and make 10 million, 15 million. It's like, he was in the series Ballers. He probably made more money doing that.
Great show.
He probably made more money than that than his whole wrestling career.
To be honest, like, people that do TV shows usually make more than the movies. Unless if you're an A-lister. If you're not an A-lister,
Yeah.
like...
He made millions.
Huh?
He in porn. Remember, he was on his porn scene. Conan O'Brien, man, those guys, that's what's great. Like Conan O'Brien and Jay Leno.
But you're shooting how many times?
But man, they made like 20 or 30 million, something like that a year. That's crazy. Dude, I'm like, I do the exact same thing. I sit here and tell jokes and sit in front of a camera, and I make $20 at the best on a good day. He makes probably freaking 20 grand an hour. Like,
Yeah.
and he just tells jokes. Conan was funny back in the old days, though. When he used to do his little Conan dance. Seafood spot? I don't know, man. I don't eat seafood, so that's hard for me to tell you guys. But this is known for seafood places. I just can't give you any recommendations because I don't eat seafood.
Dang, okay.
It's a cheap cop-out answer. We're at the local convenience store hanging out with the claw machine. I still don't know why they have the CVS sign up there. I don't know if they just bought that off of eBay or something. It was like, hey, this matches our colors of our store, and it's
That
a
is
nice light.
hilarious, though.
I can't imagine they don't have a CVS, or I'm wondering if that the CVS from USA, does the CVS mean something else, or is it just, hey, we bought it? And
It's the same colors and everything.
that's what I'm saying. It's like weird that they would kind of be something else. I'm thinking of doing the same, maybe.
What?
Somebody was talking about houses or renting houses, I think. I remember when Conan would do his dance. That was funny. You guys remember the little puppet dance Conan would do? That was funny to me, is when he did I knew they were going to go.
No, thank you.
I learned this on, so apparently I always say no or something. What, she want to sell you the head massager?
I told her I'm going to get a clip for my hair since I've got so much. No, thank you.
I heard about all the golden visa. No, nothing like that passed, but it's kind of irrelevant for the majority of us. That golden or the elite visa or whatever you guys want to call it, it's an investor visa. I think you have to put in $75,000 in investment property, and for me, it doesn't make sense. Obviously, I'm a budget guy. I'm not investing in anything, and it only costs you $750 to do a 1-year tourist visa run for the whole year.
Yeah.
So you could put $75,000 and invest in a foreign property, or you could spend $750 a year and go do visa runs and not have to worry about
For 10 years.
for 10 years.
No.
No, that's only $7,500
Yeah.
for 100 years.
100 years.
You would never get your money's worth unless you bought property and you were planning on selling it or making money, but it doesn't make sense for a traveler or a tourist.
I'm going to be bluntly honest. I love Vietnam. I could see myself staying long term if there was a visa for it, but I would never invest in a business or property here because I can't own it.
That's just a blanket statement for almost all of Asia.
Yeah.
It's
It's not against anything against Vietnam,
Oh, yeah.
but to me,
It's
that's
just a common sense. Like,
why would I, it's never good to do business with someone that's incentivized to break the deal. If I'm putting in all the money, and I'm putting in all the work, and you're putting in nothing, except being Vietnamese, and you get to own more than
just
me.
saying, you must have some kind of tie to the Vietnamese, either your wife or maybe you were born here or have family.
I would never do it.
But I hate to say it this way, it is definitely a better visa, but you still have to leave the country every 6 months. So you do save a little bit of money a year, and you only have to leave 2 times a year, whereas we have to leave 4. So yes, it is better for sure, but it's not like you could stay here for 5 years and never leave. You still do have to leave every 6 months. Damn.
2 quarters. That's awesome.
It must have got a good deal.
That's awesome.
They got it for the best deal
By the way, they are in the family.
in the family. What?
I could tell the little one.
The little. Oh, there we go. Oh,
What?
you got a chair. How'd you get the chair?
He went and grabbed it.
Damn, you snuck away. You don't need to leave. Oh, TRC. I'm sorry. Yeah, TRC is the working visa. I thought you were on either you were born here like Tim or you had a family. But the TRC, when I was debating about teaching English here, they told me that the TRC was only going to last for 1 year, and then you renew it every year. But I don't know anything about the 5-year TRC. But yeah, that's an option. You have to work here though. So if you work here, you can get the TRC. I'm glad. I'm one of the people that say I'm glad that they don't have long-term visas. I like it because I know that if they have a long-term visa,
It's gonna get
Vietnam's
flooded.
going to get skyrocketing in prices. So it's a double-edged sword. Because look, if you go ask people, they'll say, "Oh man, I would go to Vietnam, but man, I hate having to leave every 90 days." So that tells you if they have
But
a
it's
1
the
year,
same thing in
those guys
Thailand,
are going to
like
come over
even
here.
less.
It's in the same thing, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, they went backwards.
yeah.
Yeah, Thailand doesn't want cheap travelers. That's why they made all the visas. So here's your only 3 options to get there. You got to be 50 years old. You got to do the DTV. But what's the big requirement that does the DTV? You need $14,000 USD in your bank account. So that eliminates all small budget travelers. Or
In their bank accounts.
you have to put your money into a bank account
Oh, you have to put that 14,000 into a Thai bank account?
to get the DTV.
What?
DTV is not like it's not like Vietnam where you say like, hey, I want to qualify. That's why it's, and then the third option is the education visa. But the education visa, when you pay for the school and the visa, it's $1,200 to $1,400 a year.
Yeah.
Vietnam is $750 to stay here for the whole year. Plus, Bangkok or Thailand is more expensive across the board here. So if me and Fluffy were going to do that, we would have to do the education visa. She would have to pay the $1,400 for the education and the visa, and I would have to pay the
There's
$1,400.
ways to get around that.
I heard there is, but I just hate putting faith into stuff that could go wrong at any time or could change.
So if it's
Bangkok,
30, if it's 30 days now, do they still allow at least 1 month extension?
yeah, there's still an extension.
So you can get 60 days.
Yeah, but you lose 30 because it used to be 60 days on arrival. Now
30.
you do extension and get the extra 30,
So
but
basically
now
every 60 days you gotta do a border run.
yes, but the worst part about it is if you do the 60 days, even if you go do 30 now, you have to fill out almost an e-visa before you get there. So it's not just land there and get in there. You have to fill out some kind
Yeah,
of.
they have an arrival card.
The TDAC.
That's free though.
It's free, but it's still. If I was like, oh shit, I got a great deal to go there tomorrow, like, oh shit, I need to go out, like, it's much more hassle. But it's obvious. Thailand doesn't want cheap people there anymore.
Well, and it's not just Thailand. Like, I hate to say it, and I hope people don't take this
I've
the
heard all the condo rentals. Tremendous.
Bro, they
Almost dropped the phone,
they get
guys.
a lot of bad fucking travelers in Thailand, though. Like, they literally get. They get
Work for dongs.
the worst of the worst. Are
No,
going
no,
to
there's
Thailand
no
right
such
now.
thing.
I'm gonna be honest.
There's no such thing as
I'm not
losing your
saying that
citizenship
everyone
as an
is-
American. No such thing. American, you're an American to the day you die, unless you willingly give up your USA citizenship. So you can't accidentally you lose your citizenship. There's no such thing as that. You have to do a lot of work to go and give up your citizenship. It can't just accidentally happen. It can't accidentally happen though. No matter how long, you could stay out of the USA for the rest of your life. But the downside of that is you always owe taxes to the US government if you have an income. There is some exceptions on how much you make, but you are a tax-paying United States citizen to the day you die or until you willingly give up your citizenship.
Dude, literally. Wall, cannabis club.
USA and Eritrea, it's an African country, are the only 2 countries in the world where you are always a citizen no matter how long you stay out of the USA.
It's like putting a strip club next to a church, bro.
What are the laws on? I mean, are you allowed to walk around?
Yeah, man, I'm trying to cut down on it. They're teasing me because they both caught the root beer, and I just have my walk.
In his face.
But
So you can
it's not bad.
do it inside of an establishment or
At home.
at home.
I did not know they don't do dual citizenship. I didn't know that.
Allowed to do that. probably in there.
Most properties would not allow. I would
Yeah, there's no way I would ever give up my U.S. citizenship.
never.
The only way I would do it. So you remember when Trump was saying the 10 million golden visa or 5 million to invest? Remember how he's telling, like, if you come from another country and you pay USA 5 million,
Yeah.
you can get a citizenship, right? There was a good topic. People said, how about the opposite? If they gave you $5 million as an American citizen to leave the country and never come back, give up your Social Security, give up all that, I would think about that.
None of us are gonna get Social Security. None of us. Are,
Even if you do,
Only
I
Timmy.
might take that 5 million.
Only Timmy.
That's the only way I would ever give up my citizenship. But it's very interesting. If they said, here's 5 million, no tax, we'll give you 5 million, you can never, well, they say this, you can't be a USA citizen again. If you want to come back, you got to follow whatever citizenship you become. So what I would do is I'd go get like a Portuguese citizenship, or like a Bulgaria, I think is like cheap too. And then I would come back as like on a 90-day
Bulgaria would be hard
visa.
to return though.
Maybe.
St. Kitts and Nevis would be easy.
But I think they're more expensive. I think. But how I said is, hey man, I'll invest 30 grand, 50 grand, 100 grand into a new passport. But I would think about taking the 5 million and they say, you'll never get Social Security, you can't come back here and get health care. I don't know how many people would, because a lot of people are going to have family, a lot of people have Social Security, a lot of people have kids.
Right now with the current administration and the way a lot of half of
Do you think it would
America-
even be 5% though?
Yes.
You think
I
5%?
think right now the only thing holding. I'm not going to go through the whole political rant. I'm just going to make one statement. The lefties hate what's going on so much.
I don't think they would do
I
it.
think they would take the money.
I think, remember they all said, oh, if Trump wins, I'm leaving the country. None of them left.
If you and Fluffy were married and you were both American, so you both had U.S. passports, and they offered it, you would get 5 and so would she,
But maybe they might say if you're a couple, you only get one.
or get 7.5. But still, dude,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I don't think you understand.
I think a lot of people say they would, but I think when it comes down to it, I don't think too many people would.
Bro,
I think they'll say, you know what, man, my mom's sick. I don't know if I can ever come back and see her. I got 2 kids in college. Like, I think and remember, a lot of people never have been out of the country, so they don't know
My mom
where they
said,
would even go.
My kids are already grown.
For some people like us, I think that would be a great idea, but I don't think that'll never come around. But it was a very interesting topic. I was like, 5 million. I figured if nothing changed here in Vietnam, I could probably live in Vietnam for the rest of my life for probably $300,000 for the rest of my life. Assuming nothing crazy happened, I could
If you have
probably live
5
here.
million,
If I have 5 million, it would be way more than enough. I think I can easily do it under $500,000. I think probably 300,000 to 400,000 is probably more than enough. Because I'm 43.
and you're very good about your budgeting.
Well, I mean, I would just, even if you want to bump it up. So I spend about $10,000 a year here. So let's bump it up to $15,000. Years is $300,000. I don't even know. I'll be 76 years old by that time. That's $300,000, assuming nothing crazy happened, which things always happen. But under $500,000, I would easily be able to live out here for the rest of my life.
I mean, just rent, food, and transportation. I spend about a little under $1,000 a month at Michigan.
What I would probably do if I was in that situation, I would probably, maybe, that's the only time we just talked about it, I would kind of possibly think about buying property under that situation.
Because you would have a lump sum of cash right now.
You would have your money, and then you
Never
would
have to worry
never
about-
have to worry about rent.
Over the head.
But it would probably be in a place like the Philippines.
Because you can trust Fluffy.
And even worst case scenario, it's not all my money. So, but that would be the best because 1, it's the cheapest. 2, it's the easiest. And
And Fluffy can own.
that would, so
Yeah.
I would think about doing that. And then I would go get the cheapest, best citizenship from another country. And then I would be able to go back for 60 or 90 days in the USA when I want. I think that's the way that I would do it. But I would definitely think about it. It's scary to think about it because only in our mind as Americans we're like, man, we might not ever be able to go back to the USA. Even if you don't ever go back and you don't think, it's the fear of knowing
I don't think
that
I
you
would
can't.
ever give it up.
I would only do it if I got a huge amount of money. That's it. That's the only way I would do it. Buying property in Vietnam next year. So the only thing that I don't like, well, this is in a lot of Asian countries. So you can buy property here and it's on a 50-year lease. So let's say I bought property here, right? I would be 93 years old if I'm still living, and I would have to renew another 50 years, which I don't think I would be alive. And even if I was alive, I'm gonna go pay to renew at 93 years old, meaning that's not gonna be my property much longer. And you can't pass it down, I don't think.
Dude, I was joking earlier, like, I don't think he heard me, but I respect my elders, obviously. Timmy's the only one that's old enough that's probably gonna see Social Security. You know that, right? I don't think Social Security is gonna last more than 10 more years.
They keep saying 2033.
But they've been, you know what though? I can't predict anything. But they've been saying that since I've been a kid. You know what else they've been telling us? Oh, in the year 2000, there's gonna be flying cars like the Jetsons.
Here's the thing.
I don't want to give up my passport unless I got a
Like
huge
it
amount of
wasn't
money.
every fucking year, right? They always go over, and then they go promise hooks, and they fucking break the promise
Yeah.
and raise it. Well, you know what? Social Security, but here's the thing. Social Security would affect, literally, hundreds of millions of people, not just that year, but then the next year, the next year, the next
Yeah.
Dude, they would have...
But that's why they talk about
They would
the
never get
universal
elected.
basic income.
They
They
would
say,
never-
we're going to
they
have
would
AI
never-
take
whatever
over.
administration that would happen on, they would guarantee their failure. That they would just go to...
Never gonna last.
Yeah,
That's
If I think before that
They
happens,
just keep
they'll do
printing
universal basic
What-
income.
what
That's their
really-
big push.
What really screwed people, because when Roosevelt created Social Security, and it was a self-sustaining fund, like an
Yeah, that's what kind of
annuity,
sucks,
right? But
Trent.
Kennedy, everyone thinks
A lot of
Kennedy was
Asian
a great
countries are like that.
president.
Well,
guard against it.
for
No,
Americans,
they put it in the
or
general fund.
Westerners,
So
you
it
can't.
got moved from
you
being
can't
separate
own
to being
land.
the general
Very
fund. That
situation.
was Kennedy. And now they can dip their hands into it instead of letting it replenish itself. Yeah, it was Kennedy, bro. Like Kennedy,
Yeah, I think that UBI is kind of their backup option.
like Kennedy.
Some people will love it though.
Only people
They'll say, "What? I don't have to go to work and I get $1,200 a
I'm
month."
just gonna call it.
Hell yeah!
He was good for Latin America, but he wasn't really great for the U.S.
And he didn't get to live out his term.
No,
So
that's
people
what I'm
could see
saying.
that.
It's like Kobe. Kobe's like the top 50 player, right? But he's not one of the top 5 best players in the history of NBA. But once he crashes the helicopter on the side of the wall, they want to make him the logo instead of Gary West. It's not because he deserves it, it's just because he died. And I think that's the problem with Kennedy is Kennedy gets more credit than he really deserves because of the unfortunate things that occurred, right? But like, other than the...
I think it's cheaper to rent too. Yeah.
Well, they're martyrs, right? That's what ends up happening.
All right, Mark. It's all just a personal preference, though. When you buy things, man, people forget when you go buy investments, everyone just thinks it's going to go up, man. Look at the people in 2008 that had the housing crash. Like, it's not always guaranteed to go up.
Well, tomorrow's the first day I can sleep in.
Tomorrow's the first day that I have to get up at the crack of dawn. I wish it wasn't so hot. I'd be able to sleep in, but my AC dies, my fan dies.
Let's plan at the movies. You gonna go?
I don't know. I'll have to figure it out to see how I feel. I'm hoping, it says it's going to go off around 6. I'm hoping I can deal with the heat and stay asleep till at least 8. But then I know it's going to be hot.
Why do you have to get up?
There's a scheduled electricity outing in my building tomorrow.
Oh, I wonder if my hotel's going to be out.
Usually it's just my building. So I've never had one of these last year or the year before, but in the past 12 months, we've had 2 or 3 scheduled outings in my building. I don't know if they're
What do you
building
do with all
something.
your shit in the refrigerator if it goes
Luckily, I
out?
don't really have much, and I don't open up the refrigerator.
What do they expect you to do?
Luckily, I don't open it, and it's going to be like 6 in the morning to probably 2 in the afternoon. 6 or 7, maybe. Hopefully,
How long?
maybe 6 or 7 hours.
Oh yeah, if you had shit in the freezer, it's
I
long.
mean, if people had
I don't have anything in the freezer.
if people had a freezer full of food,
You could probably get away with it
you don't know.
if you don't open it. Or tonight, if you were smart, you would get a cooler, and then you'd get ice in the morning and just toss that in there. But another extra charge. Koyan. I want to be in AC when I'm out.
What?
What time you gonna start tomorrow?
Start what? Drinking? Or what?
Look, he's getting on the Harley.
I don't know, man. Probably at night.
He's getting on the Harley.
Maybe I'll meet you over by the beach.
Yeah, I'm.
Are you gonna go at the hottest point of the day? Or are you gonna go like at
Yeah, this is one of my hangout
What's
spots.
the hottest point?
This is one of my hangout spots.
probably 10 to 1?
That's probably the time I'm gonna be freaking out. So I gotta figure out what.
It's like from 1 on.
Under a tree.
Dude, 'cause you're out now for like even 30 minutes, nothing on.
Dude, when I was in Twee Hoa, I still have a
I
sunburn.
might go to the pool.
Which is the one where they
I have a pool at my hotel. It's on the roof though, and it's not covered.
Oh, it's not covered. Damn.
That's bad.
all up there.
Gone.
That's just like torture. I don't know why they do that.
I always have my spot. It's under a palm
By Gypsy.
tree.
You should bring one of these chairs. Have you seen him there? No.
Too hot for him, I'm sure.
He'll melt like a candle.
Who, me?
No, there's my troll that's over here. I've ran into him twice.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
The 97-year-old Joe Biden stunt double.
I don't think Timmy heard my comment. Cause
He pops in and out. He tells me, "I listen to you as a podcast. I don't watch
dude, it
you."
was funny because I made the joke about him being old and like getting something, and he'll be the only one getting social
Yeah.
security. And then I went on the chat and I was like, "Love you, Timmy," and he's like, "Hey, don't say that. People might take it wrong." I was like, "That's not why I said it. You didn't hear my joke."
There's Dale on his Harley. Do a wheelie.
Are you going home? Are you going home?
Look, Dale's always got a bag of something. Dale's always got a bag of something. Talk about my hangout? Yeah, we've had a few blackouts, and actually, I'm lucky. I don't have anything in the freezer, and I have very, very little stuff in the fridge. I timed it perfectly, so I'm not gonna worry. I'm not gonna open up anything. I don't need to open up the fridge tomorrow, and then I hope electricity will be back up and running early, but we'll see. Dale's gonna do a wheelie out of here. Dale is a madman. Let's see, he's gonna do a wheelie out of here. Wow, look at him. Doing a legal U-turn. Look at that. That man is a madman. It's called, that's called Q Market, and this one's called Okono. It's right on the main local food street that we always hang out at. Why didn't he pair the helmet to orange? I don't know, probably that's what they gave him. I don't think it's coordinated. I think you get what you get. Man, I've done 2 live streams over 2 hours in the past 2 days, man.
How's the views looking on this one?
I don't know. I can never tell until I end it. But yesterday I was shocked, man. Yesterday was one of my best. I couldn't believe it.
7 Up, you anything?
I'm good right now.
The water?
Nah, I'm good. I appreciate it. He needs an orange helmet. So food, tables, and chairs. Yeah, they got all these. And on the other side, there's that. And then on the other side, so I'll show you guys really quickly. So most people either go in here and they get food from there, or there's these little stands, like there's a bakery, there's these little sweet places, juice places, and then there's just tons and tons of restaurants all up and down this street. And some people will come here because there's free Wi-Fi, so people will just come sit here. It's mostly locals, so it's just a hangout spot. I like it because of the AC. I like it's right in the middle of the local little area. Eats carrots and eggplant. He's eating raw kale. This is the traffic. It's not as bad as it was last night. Just as I say that, a big bus is coming. Oh, you switched. You didn't get the Mirinda. He switched it up.
I'm still getting over the hangover from last night.
I don't know why, but Mirinda's like my go-to soda whenever I get a soda now.
You were the one that told me about this. This stuff's so good.
Have you tried the other ones yet? Yeah. Okay. I like the orange probably the best. I like the cream soda, and then I like the root beer. The root beer is kind of a unique flavor, but I like it.
I love root beer. You know what I love about this place over here? They've got Dr. Pepper, which is from Texas. They have A&W, which they have pretty much everywhere.
They're scattered around here. You won't find them everywhere though.
Yeah, like I wish I could take some Dr. Pepper
Dr.
back.
Pepper. Did you see some of these places will have like strawberry Dr. Pepper? Some will have like cream.
I had it in China.
You know what else is crazy out here? The Oreos. You'll see like mango Oreos.
Cola. They have
I'm
a
like-
Coca-Cola one.
There was a chocolate and there was a sweet potato. I'm like, where do these? I've never heard of these in the USA. I'm like, I guess they must just be especially for out here. But they got all kinds of crazy stuff. Utsab, what's up, buddy? 7-Up is hard to find here in the US. What? In the US?
Is it because Sprite? Sprite's too popular or what?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I've seen 7-Up out here. Dr. Pepper is kind of a hit or miss. Witness the traffic. Yeah, I've seen 3. I've seen 3. Me and Fluffy seen one when we were looking at an apartment. Indian couple got hit by a van. Then we were sitting at the 24-hour cafe, and a guy got slammed into by another SUV, and I think he broke his wrist, and he definitely had a concussion because we went into the middle of the road. His scooter was messed up, and me and the other Marcus had to pick him up and basically carry him over to the curb. And then I seen another accident when I was doing a live stream at the Lot Mart Mall. It was 2 scooters slammed into each other.
Is that the one that's down the road towards Hoi An?
Which one?
The Lot Mart?
Lot Mart's over on the river. Both of the malls are on that side, the airport
Okay.
side.
What's the one that's down near that beach I went to?
Which beach?
Some shitty beach.
I don't know
At
what
the
beach
edge
you
of
went
town. It's in my video.
to. I didn't see it. I'll have to
Nah,
check.
you didn't watch my
But
video.
that way's Hoi An. I don't even watch my
I
videos.
know I'm messing with you.
The Hoi An's down this way. The river and the Lot Mart Mall's there, and the Vincom Mall's there.
Okay.
And the Mega Mart is over
If I
there.
was at Mayan Beach and I'm at the road across the street, like from In An Duong, right?
Right.
And if you look to your left and it's like going into town, going towards your apartment, the other way.
Yeah.
Down that
Would be
road.
going towards Hoi An. We've never really went that far down there.
It's-
We usually make the right and go over the
really
bridge.
bad.
I think those are like where the resorts are, but we
They're all
we
dead.
never get down there.
Only-
Yeah.
Only like one of them had people at it.
I never get that far. Basically, where the street market is, like almost where you're talking about, I don't go anywhere past. The farthest I've been down that way was, man, what was the restaurant that Mark took us to? Damn, why can't I remember that restaurant now?
Yeah, this is cool.
No, yeah, the Aussie Marcus. What is that?
It's a cool.
Is that the one on this street? Yeah. Oh yeah, that's brand new. That's on the main road up here. That's brand. They just built it when we got back from the Nha Trang trip. That place was built. Nothing used to be there. That's at the Rise Mount Hotel.
Yes.
And then it's on the
right
corner.
there.
That place never existed. That was just a corner.
Yeah.
That place just got built. North? Yeah. We were gonna do that trip. We've already went north. We went to, well, you guys are gonna say Hui's not up north, but it's north from Daong. And then we went up further north to Dong Hoi. And we were gonna go up to the city called Vinh. And then we were possibly thinking about doing Hanoi on the Vietnam railways. We were gonna take the railway up. So at a certain point, we're gonna take the railway all the way up north, and we're gonna take the Vietnam railway all the way down south. The farthest south that we took the Vietnam railway is to Nguyen Nhân, Tuy Hoa, and Nha Trang. But we would get down further down south, maybe in a couple months. I would like to be able to time it, but I don't think it's gonna work. Where I could do a visa run into China from Hanoi, but
Is it hard to do? How far is the...
so it used to be easy. I guess you could take the Vietnam railways all the way through, but I heard they added a new step, so now the train doesn't go directly there. You got to get off, and then you take a bus on an extra leg.
How far?
I don't know. I think an hour or two. People say it's still possible, but it used to be very simple. So now I think there's one extra layer, but
That'd
there's
be a cool
YouTube.
video.
It would, and that's what I was thinking, but Fluffy can't do it. So I was like, it would have been perfect because we would have went to Dong Hoi again. We would have went to Hanoi, Vinh, and then we would have went and done the visa run at that time. Because what we'll probably do the opposite way is we'll go Nguyen Nhân again. We'll do Nha Trang. We'll do Vung Tau. We'll do, what's the other one down there?
Mune. Check out Mune while you're over there.
The only thing, there's a guy, could be, I don't know if it's true or not, but he said the train only goes there like on Fridays and Saturdays. And I'm like, what the hell? Why is it only going there on Fridays and Saturdays?
It's like on my list for soon to go to.
That's what sucks
That's what
because
it
I don't know
is.
if we would time it that way. But there's another city. Oh, Canto.
Kanto's way farther past.
We would
the
do
other
that
side.
after Ho Chi Minh. We would do that, and then we would take the bus and do a visa run into Cambodia.
Yeah. You can get to Phnom Penh in a few hours from there.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I want to just get Cambodia off my list.
I'm not a big fan.
The thing that I like is the 1 year, but everyone tells me you're not going to get the same value. It's a little more
dangerous.
shady. I just want to get it in, clock it off, and say,
I've been
that's
to
exactly what I
Cambodia.
thought. And just rule it out and say, okay.
Have you actually done anything in Laos?
No, just the border. Well, I technically went in about 20 minutes from the border run, and then you go, at the first time, you used to go wait at a local hotel,
Yeah.
and we sat there for like 2 hours, but that's about it. I heard there was a guy here that he went to Laos. I gave him an in-person service, and everyone basically just says, very nice in nature, but it's boring. Nothing there to do.
Dude, it's like Vietnam with their system, but without being allowed to kind of have some leeway.
Yeah.
Like Laos and Vietnam have very similar government structure, and you know what I mean.
Yeah. And they don't really have a long-term visa for us. Too.
No, and like here, you want to go party, you can party. You don't want to party, you don't want to party. If you're gay, you can be gay. Nobody cares, right? If you want to do this, you want to do that, you can.
Yeah.
In Laos, you can't. Like,
I don't think I would hate Laos. I
can't
just
even
think it would just be like going in the USA to a random Smallville place. as a
I didn't
country.
like Laos, personal.
I don't think I would enjoy it, but I don't think I would hate it. I just think that I'd be like, it's okay. Like,
No, you really can't have fun eating.
yeah, the best thing that he was bragging about, he's like, they got a nice street market. There's not really that much crime, but it's kind of boring, and the border is close to Thailand. That's basically what he told me. And I was like,
you can do all that here, and
that's what I told him. I was like,
instead of not much crime, you have no crime,
Right.
really.
and I was like, to save $80 to live there for a month, it's like, I'd rather pay the extra $80 to get the Western amenities and live here than save $3 a day to go live there.
Like as of right now, for Southeast Asia, I'm definitely I would put Laos below Myanmar.
I've never
That
been there
tells
either.
you everything you need to know. A country that's currently at war, and I put that above Laos.
I've never been to both. Well, I've been to Laos, but very short time. Myanmar, I guess I kind of believe everyone is like, hey, don't go there right now. Don't go there right there. I've seen some videos. but
Yes, but Vietnamese are not allowed in it.
Asian country. And there's casinos in Vietnam.
There is. No, he's
Yeah, I don't think the locals can go there.
But they're not. It's only for us. And they're in.
I heard
they're-
something like that,
They're
too.
they're in Ho Chi Minh.
I think there's a casino somewhere out here, too.
Yeah, but it's only for foreigners.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only for us. Vietnamese are not allowed.
Tourist only if you have to bring your passport. Yeah, man. I just don't think you can get better bang for your buck than Daong. When you factor in amenities, cost, safety, international airport, Western amenities, safety. Like, it's just hard to beat this place, man.
Price-wise, yeah. But I mean, like this country as a whole is so safe.
Yeah.
Like the safety, I never have to worry about anything here. It's
I never
nice.
worry about. The only thing I worry about is the traffic. That's the only thing that I worry
Yeah,
about.
it's dangerous.
Like these nutcases that never look. These guys will make a right-hand turn and they'll never look. This guy will never look to the left to see if there's a freaking diesel truck speeding down here about to blow his head off.
They really, I'm surprised there's not more crashes considering that their spatial awareness here that's my only knock on the Vietnamese people. I love the Vietnamese people, some of the nicest people in the world, but their spatial awareness is non-existent.
Well,
They'll like get up an escalator and just stop at the top of the escalator.
I see
and
that
wait.
in all of Asia, though, too.
It's so, yeah, they do. I mean, China's bad for it as well. But
It's crazy.
bro, they'll like stop and then everyone is like almost crashing into each
No,
other.
the worst is when I come down my building, so I get out on the first floor and there's a whole elevator full of us, and the people outside are trying to push us into the elevator. I'm like, dude, we have to get off before you can get on, and they're trying to push, and I'm like, dude, just wait till we freaking get out. Like, what? So it's like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like their brain doesn't register on certain things. Like, there'll be 10 people in the elevator, right? We go down to the first floor. Now the door is open. There's 6 people out there, right? They will start to try to push us into the elevator. We're like, dude, we're walking out. Like, let us get out. Like, the elevator's not going to leave you.
Yeah, it just makes sense.
And it's normal. And they'll bump into you, and they'll just keep looking at their phone, and you're just like, what are you doing?
I was with someone in Ho Chi Minh the other day. Because, dude, I was waiting for a banh mi, right? And I'm waiting in line. This person arm checked me and got in front of me. And you know what I did? I got right in front of him. I'm like...
I don't mind doing that anymore. If people are rude like that, I give them the shoulder check.
Yeah, dude.
And I'm always going to win that. I'm always going to win the shoulder check.
And
If they do it on purpose.
Yeah.
If they do it on purpose, man, I give them the shoulder check, and I don't even care anymore. We don't have to turn our heads to look. That's crazy.
Dude, we had when I was coming back from China, 2 Vietnamese guys, but I think they've got a passport from somewhere else. They were in the immigration line, right?
Yeah.
And they skipped the whole line. And everyone else is just like, I actually set my back down. I went over and I was like, hey, get the fuck back there. Now.
I had the same thing at the Mixed U.
Yeah.
There was an Indian guy, and I forgot who it was. I think it might have been Mick and Big E. Who was there with us? Someone was with the Mixed U, right? We're the only people. We're 4 of us. We're at the counter. We're ordering. We're saying, like, okay, can we get 1 ice cream, 1 this? Indian guy steps up to my left, and he's like, hey, can I get this? And I looked at him, and I went like this. No, you get in the back.
Yeah.
I'm ordering. Can you not see? I think it's an Indian guy, and he goes, oh, okay, I'm sorry. And I just looked, and I was like, dude, what are you doing?
They're assuming nobody will say anything.
Oh, man, I'm quick. I don't know if it's me because I'm getting older or it's California that I grew up in, but I'll be quick to tell them, like, dude, get the hell out of my way. Like, dude, I have no problem checking people.
Those 2 guys looked at me and were like, oh, we just thought we could go to there was another line over here. I said, if there was another line, don't you think other people would be in it?
And I'm the type that so if the guy would have went up there and he would have said, like, hey, I have a taxi out there. Do you think I can go up and just order something real quick?
Yeah,
then I probably would have been 50. I'd have said, okay, yeah, let this guy go. But he just walked up and he reached over me like this, and he was like,
you're not there.
Yeah, and there was 4 of us. It was me and 3 other people, like in a square, and we're in front of him. He walks up to my left-hand side right here, and he starts pointing while I'm actually talking to the lady. Yeah. And I looked at him crazy. I was like this. I was like, dude, what are you doing? I said, get in the back of the line.
What it is? They do it under the guise of asking a question.
This guy didn't. I think he just thought, white American guy, they're in Asia, they're not going to say nothing. And he learned real quick because I said, dude, get in the back. Like, you see me. And I even said something, like, when he was done, I was like, damn, I was on the live stream too. And I was even like, what's wrong with this guy? And I even showed a picture. I was like, this guy tried to cut me right here. And, like, he was kind of shamed, but who knows.
Get back. So I told him.
Mick and Dale, that's who it was.
I got louder and, like, was like, you get the fuck back there now. Security, there's some security guy, like, from immigration. And he came up and he's like, what's going on? And I said, these guys skipped all of us. They need to go. And he made them go to the back.
But here's what we can't figure out. So I guess Americans respect, Asian respect is different. So when we come from the USA, probably before you ever came to Asia, our stereotype of what we hear about Asians is they're quiet, they're respectful, they're very shy, right?
Not to be rude or seen as rude.
Yes, but when we come here, none of that is like Chinese ladies with bags will bump into you, they'll cut you, and you're like, wait a second, aren't you? But these are the same people that will say, hey, it's disrespectful if you keep your shoes on. You need to respect, or you have to bow down. You have to have shorts. You can't wear shorts to the temple. You have to take your shoes. Like, it's organized respect, but human decency respect is something different here. Like, you wouldn't cut in front of people, but it's like, hey, my grandma told me you have to bow down and take your shoes off. So it's like, learn respect, but it's not American respect where you're like, hey man, this is someone else and I respect them. Their stuff is passed down through generation. Like, you have to not put your feet towards Buddha. And it's like,
but Japan figured it out. Japan is orderly. You don't. Like, all the things we expect in America, Japan does.
yeah.
And they know it. Like one thing that kills me here is when you'll have a whole family and instead of bunching up so people can get by, they'll walk at like a snail's pace, 5 wide, and nobody can get by.
Yeah.
Whole conversation, they'll stop and text on their phones, and it's like, Just scoot the fuck over. Let people get over.
I'm so glad that I don't have that. Like, just let them go. Like, I'll bump into them, or I'll say, hey, what are you doing? And luckily, I'm on the. Usually, I like being on the live stream when this happens because I just put the camera right in their face.
Oh, and
and I'll say, dude, what are you doing?
That'll get people in check really fast.
And not only that, but you'll see like a lot of, not just like the old guy that comes up here and tries to sell you something, but when they sit here and they're like, hey, buy this. And you're like, no, thank you, no, thank you. You shake your hand. But then they'll just sit there and they'll stare at you for 2 minutes. And I go, no, sir, I don't want anything. I don't want anything. No glasses. And I put them on camera real quick. And then they learn respect. So I don't care, man. If people say I'm bad for that, I give people respect until they don't give me respect.
Is anybody disagreeing with us?
Huh?
Is anyone disagreeing?
I don't know. People always disagree with me.
Because here's my thing.
I follow the traditions in the country. Like, I'll take my shoes off and do stuff like that. But I expect common decency too. Like, if we're on an escalator and you're taking a picture, get off, step 2 steps over, then take your picture. Don't fucking stop at the escalator where the stairs are still going and you're blocking everyone. It's like, dude, like, what are you thinking? Like, or I'll just push them. I'll just say, hey, watch out, move.
They'll have like one person, right? They'll have one person, and then the rest of their party will be 5 people back, and that one person that's at the front that's separate will stop at the top waiting for everyone.
I know.
Not realizing that nobody can get around them.
It's just I honestly, in some cases, I don't think they're trying to be jerks. They're just oblivious. And they don't care and they're oblivious. It's a combination of both.
Yes.
You're not important to them. So they're like, I need to get this picture, so I don't care about him.
They just don't consider other people. It's not that they're inconsiderate. They just, you're not in the equation.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, this guy, he's not going to be here. It's kind of weird, but I get even now. Like they say, I don't get revenge. I don't get even, I get revenge. So if they do that to me, stop in front of me, I just give them a shoulder bump. And then they get mad at me, like, what are you doing? I'm like, what are you doing? Get out of my way. I'm trying to walk. You're here. I even point. I'll even use gestures. You're here in the escalator. Move.
They don't understand that. I'm almost positive for this.
It has something to do with how everyone grew up. And here's what I heard. I don't know. You guys can chime in on this, but a big reason, people tell me the reason why they bump into people and they don't care about space is because Asia, everything is small. They live in small, confined places.
Small roads.
So small everything. So they bump into people, and that's just a normal thing because you're locked into a small little cage type of environment, and you bump into people. So it's like, no big deal. I bump into people every day.
In America, like, we respect people's space too. Like,
oh yeah, you don't get in people's
space. If I want to get your attention, I'm not grabbing you like that.
Yeah.
I'll just be like, hey, Will, you know what I mean? And that's what they'll grab you, they'll bump you. Like, the one thing that gets me why I really don't like Movie End Street is in Ho Chi Minh is because those guys that will stop you, and it's partially me as a veteran with PTSD. If I'm walking and you're like, hey, come have a beer, they'll do that. But what I have a problem with is when they block you.
Yeah.
And they're like this. And I'm just like, I go through them at that point.
Oh yeah, once people cross the line, I don't, the respect is gone.
It's unnecessary.
I give them, like, if the person comes up here and they're selling the gum, I say, oh, no thank you. And then I just kind of try to look at my phone and pick up the conversation with you guys. I give them the little handshake. And then if they're there for still another minute, just staring, breathing down my neck, that's at that point I'll say, hey, no thank you. That's the second warning, no thank you on camera. And then if they're still there after another 30 seconds, no, go. And I don't care, man. Like, this is my space. I don't care if I'm American or Asian. It's called just respecting other people. Just human respect. It's at a different point.
Bro, it was the funniest shit. I was in Colombia, and they have a habit of, like, they'll be walking straight, and you'll be walking straight, and instead of just passing in your own space, they'll veer over so that you have to move out of their way. And they're doing it on purpose. It's a control thing in Colombia. And I remember one time, my buddy and I were walking, and this lady passes us and does it, and I move out of the way. Well, the next time, we were like 20 minutes later, and we passed by her again, and she does it, and I just dropped my shoulder and knocked her
I do
on
that
her
too.
ass.
I probably wouldn't knock him down, but I do give him a nice shoulder check.
I just didn't move, and I kept moving. And my buddy was like, why did you do that? And I was like, she had all this space over here in her area, and they do it on purpose to force you to have to move out of their way.
It's weird. So I hate to make it sound like Americans are these great, noble people, and I don't even think it's that. but we kind of think about other people first. Like, hey, I'm in public. Like, for example, when I come down my elevator, there's 4 people screaming on the phone having a conversation in my ear.
do that, yeah.
And I'm like, dude, you can't wait till we get down to the bottom of the floor or have a headphone? Like, headphones are cheap out here. Why do you have to sit there and scream on the phone when you're in the elevator right next to me? Like, you can't wait 38 seconds?
I will say that compared to places like Thailand, that is one thing that I weirdly like it. I weirdly like that about Vietnam, because most of Southeast Asia, being loud is seen as disrespectful. But here, especially the women, they're all like loud as fuck. You know what I mean? And I kind of like it. It makes, like, dude, did you hear what was happening? I know you heard it when we were at the restaurant. That kid wasn't doing his homework. Like, he was doing, and she like smacked the shit out of him with like a
I did
spoon.
too. They were behind me.
She hit him
Oh, she
on
did.
his watch. Didn't hit him on the skin, but she hit the watch on his hand. Like, pay attention to what you're doing.
You know what the equivalent to that in the USA is?
Throw your chancla. Throw your chancla.
I always feel so embarrassed. Like, I don't know why I feel embarrassed, but if you go to a grocery store and there's like a mom and their kids, and they're like, I want to get Captain Crunch cereal, mom, and the mom's like, God damn it, little kid, sit your ass down. They start screaming in 5 aisles, and they're yanking them. They're like, get over here. You're not getting Captain Crunch. You're getting Fruity Pebbles, and you're gonna like it. I'm like, damn, like, lady, calm down. Like, there's some parents that just don't care about causing a scene in USA in public. They'll say, God damn it, little kid, I told you to sit down and shut up. You're getting freaking generic Walgreens freaking frosted
You're getting
flakes. You're like,
nothing.
Jesus.
You're getting
I feel
nothing.
embarrassed for them. But there's some ladies that I've been in there, and man, they'll go off.
He said, Asian mama know how to. They do. Dude, they'll bust their kids' ass. It's awesome. We need more of that in the U.S.
Vietnam immigration has entered the chat.
But
No,
look,
but it's crazy, man.
but I'll say this.
Oh, they got a Trot Talk, man. They're just taunting me. I never see Trot Talks. Look, the locals are drinking Trot Talks. Damn, they're just taunting me, man.
But here's my thing, right?
Jesus Christ. Every single person got a Trot Talk.
The
Jesus
few
Christ.
little negative things about this country are far outweighed by the awesomeness. Like, the warmness and openness of the Vietnamese people outweighs that little bullshit I was complaining about.
Well, that's what I try to say. So
You know
people,
what
here's what I kind of hate about YouTube and doing a channel, is that if I say anything that's somewhat negative, medium negative, large negative, they think I hate the place and they're like, you should leave then. And I'm
I
like,
hate when they do that.
I go, I say the same thing about USA. I say the same thing about Paris. I give you guys a breakdown. I want you guys to come out here and expect what I'm seeing out here. So for me, it's the same thing. Like, I tell people, some of you guys are going to hate that there's no English, and some of you guys are going to hate that there's no 90-day visa. But for me, I'm willing to deal with that to stay here. So, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you Vietnam is the greatest. There's nothing wrong here. I will not say anything bad. Like, no, I'm going to tell you guys what I don't like. Now, it might just be 20% on a scale of 100 that I don't like, but I'm going to tell you guys the good and the bad. I'll tell you guys, like, hey, man, I love the rent here. No one goes, wow, man, you love the rent here. Stay forever. But as soon as you say, like, hey, I don't like this little thing or that little thing, people will get on you. And I'm just
It's
like,
like
hey,
90-10.
I just want, yeah,
90-10.
I want people to know what they should expect.
The biggest problem I have, and I've caught a lot of heat for some of my negative comments about Colombia, is that every YouTuber that does content in Colombia blows Colombia all day long. Colombia is the most perfect. No, it's not.
I just can't be that way.
It is an awesome place to visit in certain circumstances, but it can be devastating, and it's a shit place to live.
Yeah.
Did I have great experiences? Yes. Did I meet awesome people? Yes. Would I go back and not move there if I had a chance? I could go back and change time. I wouldn't undo that. But it's not easy, and it's far from perfect.
Oh yeah.
Vietnam's
But there's no
not-
country there. To me, there's no country or no city that's perfect.
Nope.
But I like telling you guys, look out for this, look out for this, look out for this, or just doing a video journal. Like, hey, I don't like this. I don't like this. Just because I don't. But look, in the USA, I don't like the political crap. I don't like the cost of living. I don't like the crime. So should people say, well, leave the United States? Some people will tell me that, and I'll say, hey, man, like, I'm just going to tell you guys my opinion of what I like it. That's why people have opinions.
You can dislike a little, and that's okay. You know, like, Vietnam is not perfect, but it's one of the best places in the world to live. You just have to be willing So like, the way I feel about Vietnam, some men have lived in Colombia for years and feel
Oh,
the
yeah.
same way.
I mean,
because
so
it doesn't bother them.
So this is, I realized, one, there's no perfect city, there's no perfect country. It's like a scale. It's like a teeter-totter. You know the ride, the teeter-totter? So here's the pro side, here's the con side. You have to weigh it out. Some countries, the pros are way up here and they outweigh the cons, right? Some of them are here. So what I do is I try to find the closest balance up to that teeter-totter being right in the middle. But I'm not going to tell you what the bad things are not. I'm not going to say, oh, I'm not going to talk about the bad things. I'm only going to talk about the good things. Because then you guys are going to say, man, this guy's a sugarcoat. This guy, for like when I do the videos with Evan, so we'll get, I know it's one troll. I've watched one of his videos. Guy sneaks around making all kinds of different fake profiles. And he's a weirdo. He's a straight weirdo. I'm going to start calling out trolls more. I forgot what his name is. It's like something Claus. He has a fake profile. I'll start pointing him out. I'm at the point where I don't care about calling trolls out anymore. But anyways, he'll say, you guys must be working for the Vietnamese government. You guys are only... And I'm like, dude, like, you must not watch my stuff. I talk about a lot of things that I don't like in Vietnam. Now, in the end, I still end up liking Vietnam better than I don't. But I'm going to tell you guys.
If the Vietnamese government contacted you tomorrow and said, we'll start paying you to make more videos, go around the country, would you do it?
I would tell them I need to be honest. I'm not going to sugarcoat things.
Yeah, but you're never hurtful in your content. So
No.
as long as...
And if I am, it's obviously deserved. Like, if I go somewhere and someone yells, get out of my restaurant, here, you leave, idiot, I don't want American, then I will say, hey, man, do not come to this place.
And if they contact you to say, we're going to pay you to make content...
I'll say as long as I get to be honest,
and
yeah.
they're basing it on what they've already seen, then you should be able to just run it that way.
Oh, yeah. I would tell them, like, hey, I'm not going to go over the top and be nice. I'm not going to go over the top and be wrong.
Pay
I'll
this
do it
man
exactly.
Vietnam. Pay this man.
The problem is
And
that
me too if you want.
I'm not entertaining enough. I don't show the women and I don't go down and party. So deposition with my lawyers and the insurance company lawyers, and I was explaining myself. They said, Mr. Tran, why are you yelling? Sometimes I get loud too, but I do not get loud when I'm in a confined space with a lot of people. Like maybe out here. Out here it's open space. I don't mind being loud out here. There's horns honking. But if we're in an elevator and you're standing this close to me, you do not need to be on speakerphone with your phone all the way up yelling in my ear. That's just, we're going to be down at the bottom of the elevator in less than a minute. Just wait a second. What's up, NY?
Yeah, dude, I wish countries would... Dude, China, you want to pay me too? I'll keep going back. I know, although, did you see how many bloggers have been in Chongqing in the last month?
Man, when I went, I was ahead of the curve. I was there 6 years ago when no one was going there.
Dude, I saw Arab there. I saw Sabbatical there. Not Sabbatical. Spanian. Spanian was there. All the big bloggers, and everyone's accusing them because it was all so quick in 1 month that the CCP was paying them. Why
I can't
would
believe
you
people say that about me, too.
complain? Dude, pay me.
Yeah.
Dude, if you're willing to pay me and comp my stuff, fuck yeah.
So I don't consider what I do bad-mouthing. I just tell you my experience. So bad-mouthing to me is when you make up something or you exaggerate something. Now, I'll give you my honest opinion, but to me, that's just, I'm like a Google review. I go to a place and I tell you what I liked and what I didn't like and what the issues and what the great parts. So bad-mouthing to me is like, don't go here. They looked at me weird. It's the worst place in the world, knowing that I'm not telling the truth. I don't badmouth people, but I do give my honest review. Oh yeah, there's no perfect place. That's what I was talking about. It's like a teeter-totter. It's like a seesaw. You got to find the place where the cons are slightly lower than the pros. And for me, so here's the thing. People will say, you must work for Vietnam. You must work for Daong. And I'm like, dude, I hate to say it this way, but if I found a better value city than Daong, I would have no problem leaving. I love Daong, and I've loved every experience that I've had here. But if I found a better city, if I found a better country, I would go. So it's not like I'm locked into anything. Opinion on Thailand. They're asking you about Thailand.
Ask every guy what is his opinion on Thailand. I mean, I love Thailand. Thailand's awesome, which is different than here.
Yeah. I spent a good amount of time in Thailand. Man, I keep looking over at that freaking straw top.
Are those good?
Man, that's my favorite drink in the hot weather.
What is
10,000. So basically, how I explain it to everyone, it's an Arizona iced tea, a citrus Arizona iced tea on steroids. And it's 10,000 on for that. It tastes.
I've never had one.
You never had an Arizona iced tea?
No, I've had
Okay.
Arizona iced tea. I've never had.
Imagine like the lemon iced tea Arizona in the tall can,
Yeah.
but on steroids. It's a much more
What do you mean by
citrus.
steroids, though?
It's more citrusy.
Okay.
It's a kumquat tea, but it's awesome, man. I would have already drank 2 of them probably today if I was not avoiding sugar. But it's my favorite drink in the hot weather. 10,000, you get that big thing.
That
And
looks very good.
I
Actually.
never see it. That's the crazy thing. And every
Why do you
single
never
person.
see it?
So apparently people didn't know about Bonet and Trottoc till I came out here. At least that's how it seems. And then once I started getting Trottoc, but they'll usually get the sugar cane.
Yeah.
So the places will either
I don't
sell
like
the sugar
sugar.
cane.
I'm just not a
I'm not a
big
sugar
fan.
cane either.
I'm not a
I've
big
had
fan.
like 2 that are all right, but it's too floral for me. It
Yeah.
has like this too tea floral type of taste. But the Trottocs are awesome, man. I love Trottocs. If it's hot, I always get a Trottoc. Calmness. Yeah, you just buy. Man, we've been out here for 2 hours. I didn't buy anything from here, but they bought. I'm sure this was 10,000, so this was probably like 35 cents. Dale bought a drink for 35 cents,
13.
and this was like 40 cents. And
This was 210.
and I didn't buy anything, but people will come out here and they'll sit here for
Dude,
hours.
Tell them how many bonnets I could get for this.
How much was that?
210. It's
210,000.
imported.
Gee, so you could get.
Five?
No, you could get 7. You can get 8. You can get 9.
9 bonnet plates.
9 bonnets.
That's like two days.
No, I'm sorry. 7, 6. You can get 6.
For this.
6 bonnets with 2 eggs for that.
That's 3 meals a day for 2 days.
Yeah, so he can get 6 bonnets and 12 eggs for that same price of bag of chips.
Isn't that wild?
I don't even think it's. I don't call it bad mouthing or being negative. I tell you guys. So would you guys want someone to say, "Hey man, come to Vietnam. It's awesome. There's nothing great here." Like you guys would be like, "Hey man, I came there. That place sucked. Like
It's the
man, that
cleanest
hotel."
place in the world.
Yeah, you guys would be mad at me. You guys would be like, "Why are you guys telling me this?" I hear people tell me, "Man, I went to Bikini Bottoms. It sucked, man." Or they'll tell me, "Man, I went to Mona Lisa and I didn't like it." And I go, "Man, that's crazy, man. I enjoyed it." So I get people that do that, but I want to be honest with people because I do my videos the way that I would want to watch someone's videos. I want people to say, "Hey, Will, you know how you don't like seafood? There's a lot of seafood here, so you're probably not going to be able to find much food because it's a seafood city." Or people say, "Hey, if you live in an apartment down low, you're going to be woken up by all the noise at the market that you live in front." I want people to tell me that. I want to know what I should expect before I get there.
Yeah.
That was 210,000. Shoot, that bag of chips is more expensive than our night hotel rental in Wien Yan.
Really?
Wien Yan was 225,000 in Wien Yan, $7. So that's like almost $8. Yeah, that's almost $8.
Yeah, it's imported.
That's $8. When we stayed in Wien Yan, our hotel was cheaper than that
How
bag.
heavy it is.
It's the Chex Mix.
With like Doritos and shit.
We stayed at the hotel in Wien Yan, the one that had the 2 beds. That was $7. This is about almost $8. So our hotel was cheaper than that. That's crazy. But that gives you a good example of how much Western food and imported items are out here. England, what's up, buddy? I was in England just for a few days years ago. I was in Brixton. I stayed in Brixton. How much? He said 210,000. I think our hotel was 220 or 230. It was definitely under 250. So tell us one more time. I'm not sure what you want me to tell you. Kumquat. That's what the fruit is called.
Such a dirty word.
Man, every single person has it. I've never seen a local drinking it, and I've never seen a whole table. Not one person got any other drink. There's literally 3. There's 3 Trottocs. I never see locals drink that. I see them drink other drinks, and I see them drink the sugarcane, but I never see them drink Trottoc. Never seen 3. They want to know, where's your favorite place to grab a beer? Oh, they want to know about your shoes.
Oh, dude, $5. $5 in China. These are $5 in China. And they weigh nothing. They're so freaking light. Dude, feel.
They're like moon shoes.
But they're
You
like
can fly to the
13.
moon.
Those are size 13.
$5.
$5. They're bake sports.
They're what?
Bake
Sport.
Whatever that
Bake
means.
Sport. That's the little brother of
But dude, it's all padded.
Under Armour. Look at these guys honking. Oh, I got 5G here.
Nice.
Yeah, it's always 5G when
Favorite
I'm out
place
somewhere.
to have a beer here in Daong or in Ho Chi Minh?
I guess anywhere.
All right, I can tell you 2 places in Daong. When it comes to just like a beer spot, filling station. I like it there. When it comes to like a bar, it's gonna be Loco Thai, which I'm gonna be live streaming from there tomorrow night.
Huh. Oh yeah, that's the Mexican place.
Yeah, well, he's Ecuadorian. It's
Yeah,
different.
but it's a Mexican restaurant, right? The Mexican
bar.
bar,
They're doing,
yeah.
Latin dance lessons there now.
We seen that place that kept saying that it was going to open, I think at the end of November. And then I think it finally opened like in January. But we walk by that place a lot.
I'm gonna do a live stream from there. My only live stream will probably be there tomorrow night.
Very nice.
Maybe I'll do one at the beach tomorrow for like 30 minutes. I don't know.
I think I'm going to have to get some shoes soon too. You guys, maybe I'll do a video going to the market and buying some knockoff shoes. I don't know how big of a disaster that will be.
I should get some flip flops for the beach.
They probably have them at your hotel.
What?
By the door, they usually have them. In our apartment, we have like 10 pairs that they just sit in there. Most hotels have some
The
flip-flops.
problem is I have ginormous feet.
Cut that piece off and just duct tape them together. You paid that much for the bag of chips? Are you out of your mind? You could probably live on $3.50 a month. I couldn't. I honestly think with Fluffy gone, I think the lowest I could do this city, if I really tried, for my quality of life, I don't think I could get, I think $5.50 to $5.25 is about the lowest I could do. I just don't think I could do it. I would have to get a place that's less than $300. I would have to get a studio, which you guys know I don't do the studios. $300 would be the rent. $120 to $150 for food. That's already at what, $450, and then maybe $50. Yeah, I couldn't break under 500.
I'm gonna ask them where they got it.
Right over there, right across the street. Yep, it's right there, right at the green place. There's a stand.
All right, I'm gonna grab one.
You'll see the sugar cane. Just point. It's up on the counter. It looks just like that, and then they do it. Please don't get Will knockoff shoes. I can't die another broken ankle. Healthcare, I do not know, but I never had healthcare back in the USA either. Yeah, they might have put a GPS tag in them. They might be spying on them. I went to the market and I was just randomly negotiating with them. I had no intentions of buying shoes. And actually the shoes didn't look too bad. Obviously they're knockoffs. And they were only like $12. I almost got them. But I was like, I was shocked. I didn't think they were going to come down that low. And I didn't need shoes at the time. But I think at a certain point, I think I am going to get some shoes. I got to give up on my shoes. I looked up on Bing and I asked them, how long do shoes last? How many miles? And they said, oh, you should usually change your shoes about 500 miles. And my rough math that I did, I think I've walked well over 1,000 miles in these shoes. So I think my shoes are probably going to be retiring soon. It's a kumquat iced tea. So think of an iced tea, and it has kumquat, citrus. They cut up a kumquat, which is like a citrus type of fruit, and it's just an iced tea with some sugar and a couple little spices. Ice cold. I love it on a hot day. Basically, I tell people it tastes just like a Arizona iced tea, but on steroids with much more citrus. I love it, man. It's 10,000. It's like 40 cents, 30, 40 cents. And they give you a big cup. It's full of ice. It's great, man. It's like buying an Arizona iced tea that's freshly made and a little bit more citrusy. Yeah, but man, remember I saw it at that market. The market was like $15. Man, that is going to be one thing I miss. I wish I could magically teleport myself back to the Nike outlet back near my city. Man, I could get shoes, nice brand new shoes at the Nike outlet for like 50, sometimes $40. Mostly about 60 bucks. One bedroom, it would be extremely tough. So I know for me, food is going to cost me a minimum of $120 to $150 in that range. Especially if I do carnivore, it might even be a tad more. So $150 for that. 300 is extremely hard to find for a one bedroom in An Thuong. Extremely hard. Dale was paying the studio for like 7 point something, which is like $300 for the studio. In An Thuong, it's going to be very, very tough to get a $300 one bedroom. I think Dale moved out and he's paying somewhere right around $300. The peach tea, the only problem with the peach tea, it's processed, like it's in the store. They don't actually make it.
That's it, right?
That is it, man. I love that drink.
I've never had one, so it's my first
Oh, look, they
time.
got a cool logo on it now. That is our go-to Trot Talk spot. Our old lady, she disappeared, man. She had the best Trot Talk, and she disappeared. Did they do sugar or no sugar? They probably put sugar.
I don't know. I think so.
I don't want to live in cheaper areas. I've explained it many, many times.
Wow.
Stir it up a little bit, too.
Yeah, it's good, though.
Because everything that I do is in the An Thuong area. Everything that I do is in walking distance. So it defeats the point for me to move out to save $80 to $100, which a month, which breaks down to be $2 or $3 a day. And then I have to backtrack, walk much further down here, or take a Grab that's going to cost me $2 to $4 to get back and forth to this location every single day. So in the end, I don't save any money. And then I'm not at the beach. I'm not in the main area. I miss all this place, or I have to commute and walk much further to get here, or I have to pay transportation to get here. So it defeats the whole point. That's the first time he's had a Trot Talk. I usually get a Trot Talk when I go to the Bonet. A Bonet and a Trot Talk for 50,000 VN, $2 US for a Bonet and a Trot Talk.
That's not bad.
Those drinks make you
so
sick.
jacked.
The water? No. I've never got sick. I wish we could see in here,
It's
but
like
usually
jelly shit.
the ice is usually professional. Like if you look in the ice, they have these hollowed out circles. Everybody practically gets their ice delivered here. I've never got sick from the water, so it's safe. Scooters will come by and drop off huge loads of ice, so I never really worry about the water. Look at it, just make sure it doesn't look like someone's square cubes that came out of their freezer. Usually it's the round professional, like Sonic restaurant looking ice, and if it looks professional, it's fine. In public, wow. We walked back from the live stream last night and there was a guy pissing right next to me. Yeah, I don't get sick and I don't really worry about a lot here. The only thing I would probably say is just check the ice, make sure it looks good, make sure it looks like it's professionally made ice. And if you go get like meat sticks and stuff, maybe just have them cook it a couple of extra seconds on the grill, just so it's kind of cooked through a little bit longer. But besides that, I don't worry.
I'm only sick because I drank too much
Tough.
last night.
Dale found one for 200 plus. Found what? I'm not sure what you talk about. What were you talking about? 200,000. I think Dale. How much did Dale say he spent on his apartment? 7?
6.8.
Oh, 6.8. So I think he spent about 260. But remember, he has to have a scooter now to come back. The scooter cost him $40. So he's at 305. And
He
then
owns it, right?
the scooter?
Yeah.
No, he rented it.
Like per month, it's 40.
$40.
What happens if he damages it though?
That's
what
the
I'm
part
so-
that I worry about.
That's what I'm so worried about.
And I don't know if he got a 50cc. If he got anything over a 50cc, it's illegal.
50cc.
It is, okay. But I think it's $40 a month. So he's at 305 before his electricity. So he's spending probably 330, 340 on his apartment plus his transportation. So 340, 350. Maybe he spends 100 to 150 bucks. He's at 450, 475. And then he's got to commute. So he's got to commute. So he would save maybe like $70 from the lowest that I could do it living here in An Thuong. And $70 divided by 30 days is like $2.50. It's not a big enough difference for me to leave the neighborhood.
Like, I live in the local neighborhood, but I'm still close to everything.
Yeah. Dale's place supposedly is nicer. He said it's a 1-bedroom. It's not a studio. So the one that you guys seen was kind of a studio. It was actually more expensive. It wasn't the greatest. He supposedly got something bigger and nicer, but he is a decent amount. He's where Lynn Visa is. So he could, I think it would take him 45 minutes to probably walk down here.
That's what he told me.
Yeah, it's like 45 minutes. So he can't walk down here, which means...
Is that near Santra? Or I don't...
No, it's before you get to the river. Basically, if you go back this way, and then you go back before you hit the river. So he's still on this side of the river, but in the back
I
area.
wouldn't mind taking Grab, but like I would like, it's nice you can walk anywhere here.
Well, but just think about it. If you do Grab from Sun Tra or there, it's going to be $2 each way. So $2 there, $2 back. That's $4 a day. Times 30 days.
That's what you meant everywhere.
That's $120 a month you're spending on coming back here, and you only save maybe $80 to $100 living that far out. So you throw all your money back on transportation, or you walk 45 minutes.
I spend about $88 a month on Grab.
88. Oh, they don't have an InDrive out there, huh?
They do.
Oh, they do. Okay.
I just don't use it.
Man, you need to use the InDrive.
I'm loyal, man. I'm a loyal dude.
I spend less than $10 every single month on
But
transportation.
you live so, I mean, dude, everything's so close and long.
That's why it's so hard. That's why it's so hard for people to say, "Oh, go live on the river." Then it's like I got to commute back here. I got to spend more money. Like it doesn't make sense for me.
You literally don't need to take Grab here, really.
Yeah, Dale probably. I'm assuming with his Dale spending over $500. I could pretty much. I'll ask him next time, but I'm pretty sure he's over $5. I probably spend less on food than him. I think in the end. Could be wrong on that, but I definitely spend less on transportation. Probably less on entertainment because I don't really do any paid entertainment. The only thing that I have Dale beat on is my rent. And my rent now is $480, but it's $480 including electricity and water.
You're paying more than me. But you also have 2 bedrooms.
I got 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and that's the electricity included.
So is mine.
Okay, so what do you pay?
I pay 12.
I pay 12.5.
Yeah.
So I pay $20 more than you. Do you pay any
you
other
have 2
things?
bedrooms.
I have 2 and 2 bathrooms.
And dude, I run the AC 24 hours a day.
I do that too. I even run the fan, and I don't know why I bought the fan. I should have just we have 3 ACs in our place, but I only run the bedroom one all the time. Yeah, Native and freaking Coconut Man are the insane walkers. These guys will walk to the airport. It's like
I thought about doing
and
that.
I'm just like, man, dude, I'm a budget guy, but I'll say, hey, man, screw it. I'm gonna spend the $1.30 and get over there in 6 minutes. Like,
It's not far.
it's extremely far when it's freaking 90% humidity.
Yeah, that's true.
If this place was like Seattle, then it'd be like, okay, I'll make a live stream. But
An hour?
when you walk out,
An hour walk?
at least 50 minutes to the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably at least 50. It's 15 to 17 minutes driving, and I usually times it by 4.
For me to walk from my apartment to the airport in Ho Chi Minh, it would be like a 2-hour walk.
That's crazy. Coconut Man, I think, unless he was BSing me, he said he landed at the airport and walked with his bag all the way down here. And I was like, are you kidding me?
It's not that bad.
But walking with your bag at nighttime, and it's like freaking, he was like, yeah, it was only like an hour and 20 minutes or an hour and 10 minutes or something. I was like, dude, it's, so when I take when I take InDrive, it's no more than 50,000. 50,000 is the highest.
I took, last time I came, I took Moto, and I got here fast, and for like 30 or 35.
Oh yeah. Moto is half the price on InDrive.
But I spent 91 plus the 9,000 feet for the car this morning.
That's I know it to the dot. So if you take Grab from the airport here or from the airport here, it's 90,000. I always get it for 90. But if I take InDrive, it's no more than 50. So it's 40% less. The further you go, it's like 40%. I've taken Zon SM, I've taken Grab, and I've taken InDrive. And InDrive,
used Zon yet.
Zon was shockingly crazy in Tui Hua and even Tuihua. Wien Yan. We got a Grab in Wien Yan for 11,000.
Okay.
I couldn't believe it. It was more expensive than InDrive. That's the only city that I've ever seen Zon be cheaper than any other thing. Grab was like 30.
I've never had a Grab be under 14.
I've never had it under 20. Even here, when we went to Wien Yan, it was 11,000. And then when we got there, it was on live stream. The Grab guy. No, that was the Grab guy. So I took Grab. The Grab guy tried to jack me up. Luckily, I took the screenshot of the price and the amount. And when I got out, it was like 20,000, I think. And he goes, "Oh, 50,000." And I looked at him. I go, "What?"
Why? How can he change the price?
He tried, and then he smiled, and I was like, "Dude, fuck no." I was like,
You were
"No."
on the app.
Luckily, I had the screenshot too, and I was on the app. But he goes, "No, that's not right." And I go, "Dude, don't play me, man. Don't play me." I said, "It's only 20, or maybe it was 15." But then I told Fluffy, I said, "Fluffy, just give him the 20. Just give him the 20."
It says it on the app.
He tried to scam us, and he was laughing. And then I got out, and I took a picture of his car and took a picture of his license plate. And then he said, "Bah, bah, 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 bah." But that's the only time I've had someone try to scam me.
Did you report him to the app?
I almost did, but I passed. I was very close to doing it. And
I would have reported
we
him.
went back, and then I fell asleep. But he laughed too. He's like, 50,000. I looked at him. I was like, "Dude, what are you talking about?" I said, "Look, I think it was 15 or 18 or something like that." And I even still overpaid him. I think I told Fluffy, I said, "Just give him the 20. Just give him 20. Let's get out of here. Get out." But I was pissed, man. And that's the only time I've had it.
Him.
And it was Grab. It was Grab, which is more shocking.
I would have reported him to get him like a strike.
I was very close to, and if I would have sat there, I was on live stream, so I couldn't report him, first of all, because I was on the live stream. And then I said, okay, when I get back home, I'm going to report him. And then I got back home, I was exhausted. And I said, I'll do it in the morning. And then the next day, I just said, fuck it, I'm not going to do it. But I probably should have.
Yeah, because some people will be scared and will pay it.
No, he said it was 40 or 50, and he had a big grin. And I had him, and I showed him, I said, look, 18,000, because it was a random number. It wasn't 15. It was like 18 or 17. It was a random number. And he laughed. No, wrong. And I go, no, it's not wrong. I said, this is your picture, and this is the amount. And I showed it to him. I had a screenshot. I don't know what told me to take a screenshot before we got in, but I took a screenshot.
You always look at it.
I showed it to him. And he goes, no, wrong. And I go, no, it's not wrong. Like, I'm not a fucking idiot.
I would take a video of me setting the money down and get the fuck out.
I just told Fluffy, I said, give him the 20. It was like 17. I said, just give him the 20. Let's get out. We're getting out. And then I got out, and he was like sitting right there. And then I took a video of him. Then I went to the front of his license plate. I was not on the live stream yet. It was set up, and we were just getting out to the restaurant. So I couldn't do it. But I'd started logging in to the live stream after we got out. So I was just getting out. I think right when we got there, I was like, okay, I start the live stream, and I missed that 15 seconds of that. But I got out, I took a picture of his license plate, and then he yelled something to me at Vietnamese, blah, 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 blah. And I just put the camera back in his face.
Look, I've never been scammed in Vietnam, but I know people that have. I won't allow it.
I won't allow it either. I don't even care if it's a couple thousand, man. I hate feeling, to me, it's disrespect.
I would rather you do awesome for me so I can give you that couple of thousand or more because I like you so much instead of you trying to steal it from me.
Yeah, and for me, what bothers me is it wasn't a negotiation. It wasn't InDrive. It was Grab. So Grab sets the fee. Like, dude, you should not be asking me for anything. Like, you agreed to this. You accepted this. If you would have told me 50,000, I probably would have accepted it. It's whatever you chose. Don't sit there and now say, oh, okay, I did my job, and now I want more from you. It's like, no, you shouldn't have accepted it. Yeah. That was your choice. Whatever would have popped up is what I would have gave. If it would have been 20, if it would have been 25, I would have paid that. Yeah. You chose it, not me. Will's drinking when he starts cussing. I try not to cuss too much. With all the young Hulkamaniacs saying their prayers, taking their vitamins, drinking their milk.
Drinking their 1,000.
The apartment deposit, I've never paid a security deposit, ever though. In Europe and in Asia. In all 20 countries I've ever been to, I take it back. I've never paid a deposit besides when I went to the Philippines and we stayed at a hotel. They made me
smiled at me.
They made me pay one day, like 2,000 pesos, like 20 bucks or something. And instead of doing that, I gave them $100 bill, and they hold it and they separate it. And then when you leave, because what I hate is if you give them a deposit, like a big amount, and then you're leaving the country, you get the Philippine peso back, and then you got to go exchange it. So here's my little sleeper tip. If you guys have like $100 bill or American money, you could let them hold on to your American money as a deposit, and then when you leave, you get that back. So then you don't lose any money if you're leaving that country and going to a new country, and then you're left with a whole bunch of extra
What kills
money.
me here is all these.
They want to know if you have a security deposit.
No.
Security deposit.
Basically, they came to me and said, "You've been with us on Airbnb for 2 months. Would you like to get off the app and just this is our offer?" And I know I could have got it lower, but so when I'm paying like $6 and now I can go down to $4.50.
Yeah.
That's a no-brainer.
Oh yeah,
And he said utilities included, no deposit, nothing. You just stay where you are.
I like that setup, man. Because then at the end of the month, you don't get surprised with the electric bill, and if you have to leave the country, they're not like, "Oh, we can't make it today. We'll have to give you your deposit back in a few days." And you're like, "I'm leaving. I can't wait." Like, "Oh, sorry, the guy can't give it." So it's like, no.
It was easy. Like, I just like one day, one of my trips, because I've already paid 2 months worth, and like I told him, I said, "Hey, I get in at like it's due on the 28th," and I was like, I think I returned on the 28th, and I was like, "Do you want me to give it to you before I go, or can I just get it to you on the 29th?" He's like, "Whatever."
Yeah.
They don't care.
They're usually pretty good
They
here.
know where I am. Dude,
Yeah.
he checks on my cat.
The traveling cat.
Passport cat.
You just need to get a leash, and then you can start bringing it out.
Mitzi. Dude, his cat is the coolest cat in the world. But I can't.
Garfield.
My cat won't fucking do that.
Yeah, I don't know many cats like that.
My cat is too scared. And he's old. He's
Oh yeah.
He's 18. I'd be worried about him.
18, Jesus Christ. That's like 200 in cat years.
Yeah,
That's freaking. That's like as old as Phil.
It sucks though, cause like he's been so healthy. I'm always worried. Like when it does happen, I'll probably just put him down. Just because I don't want him to suffer.
Yeah.
Because when you're that old, like everything's gonna be bad when he gets sick.
There's a lot of responsibility. If you don't travel by yourself, any layer that you add, even if you add just luggage, one extra piece of luggage is more responsibility. A person, a cat, a dog, like anything that you guys don't understand. It adds an extra layer, and
You know what I did?
most people don't think of
I
that.
sold my PlayStation the other day.
Oh, you had a
I had a
PlayStation?
PS5. But
How the hell were you traveling with that?
That's why I sold it. So what I realized was I barely play it to begin with. So I put it on the Facebook group in Ho Chi Minh, the expats group, and I mean, boom, it was up. And actually made a friend out of it. I've hung out with the dude and his roommate, and they're from Colombia, believe it or not. And like we've gone out like twice already, but nonetheless, like people don't realize the PlayStation 5 is like 15 pounds. And then with the cords and the 2 controllers, you're at like 16, 17 pounds.
Damn.
That's like half a suitcase.
I'm worried because I want to get GTA 6 when it comes out, but I don't want to carry a... What I'm going to try to do, I've never done it before, and I'm hoping it'll work out, but I want to, I guess, I've always been a PS guy, never had an Xbox, never had the Super Nintendo. I've always been a PS guy. But what I'm thinking of is getting GTA 6 for the computer. I don't know.
Some people love it, but you have to be, it's a different
I get
experience.
it. But that's my only real way because I can't lug around a PS5. I just can't do it. I'm already way over my limit
Well,
already.
literally, you have to wrap it in a blanket, too, so
What?
it doesn't break.
Oh, yeah. That's why I can't.
That's more weight.
My only option is to get GTA 6 on a computer. If I don't get it on a computer, I'm not getting it.
No, the Slim is small, but I had the big one.
My luggage, I remember, I have way too much already. I need to downsize big time. But I couldn't bring another console. I'd be too terrified. I'd break it, and the bags would get tossed around, and I would be terrified to do it.
With when my cat goes though, dude, I'm gonna travel so much more because I can just jump and go.
Yeah.
I have 2 book bags. I have 2 suitcases and a book bag, and then the cat. But one thing I realized is I have this big army rolling bag. I'm actually getting rid of that and getting a regular suitcase so that I can have 2 upright and roll them with one
On
arm.
the roll. I need to figure out mine too.
Everything's about being mobile.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to every country in the world.
One of my biggest dreams is to not travel with any bags at all or a backpack. If I could do that, man,
Dude,
that is one of my
backpack.
fantasies. Like if I could just carry this backpack and that's it. Like I have a travel buddy from Europe. He'll leave Prague for like 6 or 7 months and go to multiple countries. He has this, and I'm like, how the f do you do
He'll
it?
buy stuff and throws it away.
He doesn't. He's even cheaper budgeted than me, but he brings like 3 pairs of shorts, 3 shirts, and his laptop, and his keypad, and like that's it. And then he washes his clothes every day in his sink. This guy, if you guys think I'm a budgeter, when I traveled with him in 2019, we went to Bali. This is how much cheaper. So he was willing to save $1 or $2 to stay in the Bali, same hotel that I was in, but he only said, oh, screw it, I don't need the AC, I'll just get the fan room. And we went to Bali at the hottest time of the year. And I was like, Tony, it's only $1 more for the AC, like, you're gonna freaking die, man. And he was like, no.
Give him the free dollar.
Even if I gave him the dollar, he still wouldn't do it. Like, he's just that type. And he was just, Tony was a character. I traveled to about 6 countries with him. He's supposedly coming back here, so you guys will get a great kick out of him if he comes on to the live stream. You guys will really enjoy him. He has bumped up his budget a little bit now, but man, if you guys thought I was a cheap budget guy, he was even half of me. He was half of me. So those were some great times though.
I go to Bali for the first time.
You haven't been there yet?
No, I've never been in India.
Yee! Look at this, cockroach.
I get 2 new countries in June.
I
Plus,
can't
I'm
believe
going
you've
to
never been there.
I'm not excited about it. I mean, I am, but I'm not. You know why? Because it's all tourists.
Yeah. I went there. I was shocked. It was one of the cities that I didn't think I was going to like, and I really enjoyed. I think I went 2 or 3 times that year, but that was in 2019, and that was before COVID, and it was much, much cheaper, and I heard now it's changed. It's went up in price, and it's different. That was almost 6 years ago. So,
In Canggu or Kangi?
no, I stayed in Kuta Beach. I stayed in the
right next
main
to it,
area.
yeah.
And actually, shockingly, I enjoyed it. I was shocked. Everyone told me I was going to love Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai disappointed me. Bali, I thought that I wasn't going to enjoy, but Bali was very underrated to me. I don't know what it's like now, but during that time, I really enjoyed it. I see it on other people's stuff, and they say like, oh man, it's not the same. And I'm like, their visa's not as good. Because I've looked into Indonesia. You could stay there for like 60 days. I've done a lot of research.
Visa.
Did you do a 30 or a 60?
I don't know. Let me look.
I think you have to do the 60, if I'm right, before you get there. I can't remember.
Look at all my fucking ages.
How is that food? Sorry, man. I missed some of your guys' messages.
Dude, July's gonna be fun. I'm going to the Vatican.
Oh, you're going there?
San Marino in Italy.
I've been to the Vatican one time.
And we got the new one. We got the pimp in the house.
Oh, yeah.
Chicago
Chicago
Pope.
guy.
Chirac.
I don't even remember who the Pope was. That would have been
Don't put that
2019.
on camera because it's got my information, but let's look.
I don't even have your picture on there.
Get this.
That's crazy. I've never got anything like
Date
that.
of issue 205 must be used before 7:30. It will be.
When does it expire? It's probably the 3rd. I think it's a 60 because I'm pretty sure Bali, as an American, you just land and you get 30 days. So I think you might have got the 60 day.
Yeah, you still have to have a visa though.
I swear, I could be wrong, but I swear when we went to Bali, I did not need a visa as an
Maybe it
American.
changed.
Maybe it did. But I swear for the 30 day, I did not need a visa.
Like, I use this app. You can show them this.
Army Guy has a YouTube channel. You should show him your YouTube channel. He's in Ho Chi Minh, though.
I use iVisa
Use what?
for some of my apps.
Never heard of it. Yeah, I've always heard Bali. When I went, you just land there as an American and you get the 30 day. But I heard that you got to apply for the visa for the 60 e-visa. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure. Let me double check. I'm almost positive as an American you can land there for 30 days, no visa.
I'm
Because
only going 4 days.
yeah, I don't think you needed a visa, but let me double check. I'm almost 100%. Let me double check.
For a maximum of 30 days in the country, but it is valid for 90.
Let me double check. I could be wrong, but I swear at
No,
least
I'm reading it off the app.
in 2019, did you need a visa as an American to go to Bali? So let's see if it changed or something. So in 2019, American passport holders could enter Bali visa-free for up to 30 days. If you wanted to stay longer, you could apply for the visa. Let me ask him now.
There you go.
So did that visa situation change? Now, do Americans need a visa staying for 30 days or less in Bali now? I'm thinking it might have changed. Let me see. Yes, the visa situation has remained mostly the same. U.S. passport holders can still enter Bali with a visa on arrival, which allows 30-day stay and can be extended. Yeah, so I don't think you need a visa.
I don't know.
I think they push it and they get their $35 or something, right? You know who's in here that lives in Bali? I forgot. Man, not Pete. I think Pete's in Bali.
Boston Pete.
Yeah.
So you wanted me to show it to him?
Oh yeah. Here's his YouTube channel right here. So let me get a. There we go. Let me make sure there's no glare. There you guys go. That's Army Guy's YouTube channel right there.
I'm going to every country in the world. That's the plan. Do you know how many people have done it? How many people in the world have been?
When I looked, it could be wrong, but I think Drew Binsky became the 200th person.
There's 410
Four?
right now.
Okay.
I want to be one of those.
I want to be one of those. That's my kind of goal too, but
Yeah,
I don't know if I'll live long enough.
I'm doing it.
U.S. passport holders will need to purchase an Indonesian visa. I didn't need to do it in 2019, so I don't know if it changed. I think it's a digital arrival card that you need to fill out 3 days. Great plan. I guess, man, my battery's running low, guys. I guess we're going to head back. You're back this same way too, right?
I'm like a block from you.
Okay.
I'm at Coral Coast.
I think I've never heard of it, but I think you're up by the other moon mill. I think you're up by the beach, right? North Korea, yeah. Americans can't get into North Korea unless you kind of backdoor and go through China and go through other countries.
I'm gonna go the second they open it.
If they, I wouldn't mind. I would go to North Korea if I had a free trip, and I would definitely go to North Korea. I'd go to Ukraine. I'd go to Afghanistan.
I went to Ukraine last year. Videos.
I would have went too, man.
This is it.
Oh yeah. I looked at a place on there. I know exactly what street. You family M is. I almost rented an apartment there.
There's yours, right?
We are. That's my building.
All right.
So we're here,
A couple of blocks.
and then the Moon Milk. This is the beach road. So the Moon Milk's here. My chicken place is here. Yeah, you're like two. This is where the old local place is. So yeah, I know exactly where you're at. I almost got an apartment there. We looked at it, and I was
It's
that
nice.
close.
I like
You're
it.
right by Palma. Coconut
Yes.
Man stayed right there.
Right over there.
Palma has live music on Fridays and Saturdays. You're about 4 blocks up from me. I know exactly that area. I've never heard of that name, but I know exactly where it's at. Just by the visa and avoid jail or deportation. I swear, in 2019, we didn't get it. I'll ask my travel buddy again, but I swear we did not get a visa. And that's why I went like 3 times, because I had a spur of the moment, and I was like, hey, man, I'm going to leave the Philippines, or I left Vietnam, and I went back to Bali for a second time. So I didn't need it. My girlfriend is Indonesian. She knows all about the Indo. She goes back there twice a year, and her son is a U.S. passport holder and got a visa on arrival, 15 days. I didn't know that. You ready to head back? I am worn out, guys, and I got to charge my stuff because I'm not going to have any electricity. I'm hoping they say, oh, actually, we're not going to turn the electricity off, or, oh, it only took 2 hours, but this is Vietnam. I'm pretty sure my electricity will be out. Whatever could go wrong will go wrong. The claw machine. So we'll head back. I'll show. If you ever want to come get good, quick, cheap food, you come down this street. You can almost find anything. And then here, I've been skipping this place. This is one of our go-to desserts. I keep hating walking past it because I don't get it. But that used to be our banana fritters. There was a banana fritter lady that was there. those disappeared. And then this is our caramel flan. We get a caramel flan from this little stand. But I can't eat any sugar, and I'll show you guys. I can only look at it because I love it. It's 20,000, and you can get anything, but what I get, you get these 3 caramel flans.
Yeah.
These are caramel flans, and they put them in a cup. They cover it with the coconut cream, and they put some beads, or you can get any of these, and they're 20,000, man.
It's cheap.
It's open like till like 12 o'clock. We always get it, but I haven't been able to do it. This place is like a local hangout spot, and man, this place goes wild every single night usually. Oh, there's a coconut ice cream place. But I can't be going to all these places because it's miserable going there and not getting it. But there's a good coconut ice cream place about 7 blocks that way too.
You know what I think I'm gonna do in the morning? I'm gonna go get a leg massage.
A leg massage?
Just get my legs done.
They're gonna give you the pizza chop like this.
No, I want them I want deep tissue.
Man, that stuff, I'm sensitive, man. Like, if Fluffy does that deep tissue on my legs, I scream like a girl. I'm like, ah!
I think
my body's too sensitive.
Maybe the third leg as well. I'm not sure yet. Maybe.
That's an extra fee.
Oh, yes.
So this is how far this is from our neighborhood. So that is my building right there. The biggest building you guys see in front of me, that's where I live.
What?
Basically, I live where you see that red light. I live right there. Yeah, the biggest building. That's us.
That one or that one?
No, that one.
Okay, that one.
I'm almost at the top in the middle. So where that light is on up at the very top in the middle, that's my place. If I was up there right now, I could probably zoom in and see you guys. And then it's just that far. It's about a 10-minute walk to the local street. At night, they have these little street stalls out here too. It looks like they closed up. Show us the location on the map. For which place?
They want you to dox yourself.
I don't care about it. I know.
Well, they're not getting in anyways.
Yeah, even if they're here, I don't ever worry about my safety. I don't have to be dodging and ducking like some other YouTubers.
I know, that's wild. I'm so glad I distanced myself from that. I don't watch him. I don't subscribe. I'm out of it.
I just don't. I mean, for me, it just doesn't make sense. You have to go out of your way to cause problems. So I'm a lazy guy, so it's easier for me to just be normal than it is to go out of the way and cause problems. It's not because I'm some great moral person. It's easier to just be normal and, hey, how's it going? Then, hey, get out of my face, idiot. Like, dude, you got to put effort into that.
All the people that hated me for doing that stream with him, once they've met me in person, they're like, oh, you're not as bad as I thought. I'm like, no, I'm a regular fucking guy. I'm just me.
I'm glad I've never had. The only guy that actually kind of hates me is that old gypsy guy. I don't know what his problem. I don't know either. I don't think, honestly, I know you guys are gonna say I'm biased, but I just don't think he's all there in the head. He's just, every time I've ran into him in person, he almost craps his pants and he doesn't say anything.
But he's one of those keyboard warriors.
Yeah, he is, and it's weird. He used to comment on my stuff, and I would just respond back normally, like, hey, yeah, this is my place. And then one day he just went, I think what started it is he was in a live stream. He used to show up in my live streams, and he'd say, you need to shave. Have some respect for your audience and shave before you get on live stream.
I remember you saying
And I was like, huh? And I was like, what do you... And I was like, I think I kicked him out. I gave him a 24-hour something. I was like, because I think he kept going on.
And that made him butthurt.
But I let him like 5 minutes, and I was like, hey, man, I just shaved 2 days ago. I shave every 2 days. Like, I even responded to him. And then he was like, learn some respect. This is Vietnam. Go back. And I was like, dude, whatever, man. I'm giving you a timeout. And then after that, he just went nuts.
That's wild, though, because that's kind of the point. Like, you don't have to show off here in this country.
No, but the weird part is he's a big fan of Sammy.
Yeah.
Sammy has a freaking full Afghanistan beard on him.
Yeah.
Or like a freaking, who has the biggest beards in the world? Like a Sikh. He's got like a Sikh beard. And I'm like, dude, like, he loves Sammy, but he comes on me, and I had like this much hair, like 2 days not shaved. And he was like, you need to have some respect. And then I seen him, like, I was watching one of Sammy's videos, and he was like, Sammy, you're so great. Your videos are awesome. And I was like, dude, why didn't you tell Sammy to go shave?
But you know what I've noticed, man? A lot of the people that are haters and trolls, they're only looking to, like, pick random things.
I guess, but he does a YouTube channel too. That's what's weird.
Like,
and his channel is garbage.
I watch this chat every once in a while when I'm taking a shit. because that's all I really care about it. But it's the one that they basically just talk bad about that dude.
And it smells like onion rings, doesn't it?
It does.
Why the hell does it smell like onion rings? I have not smelled onion rings in years.
There's a place that has good ones in Ho Chi Minh.
What is that?
I don't know.
I'm not even joking. It smells like deep fried onion rings.
But dude, it was hilarious, right? They were like,
I didn't say he's Afghan. I said he has a beard like an Afghan, like whatever. Like
it's a beautiful.
it was an
beard.
exaggeration. I
It's a
know.
beautiful beard.
I'm pretty sure he's from Morocco. But what I'm saying is, Sammy has a huge, like, his beard compared to mine is like a freaking Bin Laden beard compared to mine. I didn't shave in like 2 days, so I was like, dude, Sammy, like if you put me and Sammy next to each other and compared our beards, like his is 1,000 times more. But Gypsy was just like, Sammy, you're so great. I'm like, dude, well, how come you don't freaking go and tell Sammy to shave? You tell me. But every time I ran into him, he doesn't say anything.
But trolls are just looking for negative stuff, man. Like, they'll never compliment you when you do something good.
Yeah.
You
But
know,
I mean, there
that's
was
the
just
thing.
we'll walk this way. This is a little shortcut.
Yeah.
But I never had an issue with him or nothing. Like, he kind of just popped up, and I don't know. But but every time I see him,
Don't video
he
me.
starts screaming. And
Don't video me.
I forgot what he did. He said, I'm reporting you and this. And then when I was in Nha Trang, he goes, I'm calling the police. Like, he called me a jerk and all kinds of names in the live stream. And he goes, I'm reporting you to the police. They're going to be at your door.
For what?
I don't know. He just said that, and then I just kicked him out. But he does a YouTube channel here, and that's what's kind of weird.
I checked it out back when you first told me about it. Yeah, it's garbage.
And he's the one who comes to me and he goes, your channel is terrible. It will never do good. And I was like, I clicked on his picture because I wanted to see who he was one time. And people were like, oh, that's Joe Biden's double. And
Bro, your channel is growing so fast. You might actually beat me to 10,000. And you were
I've been
way
slowing down
behind me.
lately, though.
You were way behind me, and you're speeding up. Like, you're consistently growing. And I guess that's all we really want, right?
But when you're in the moment, it doesn't feel as fast.
No.
Because when people say like, "Oh, your channel's growing," I'm like, I look at my stats over the past 2 months, and I've slightly went down on subscribers.
You
So
haven't.
I haven't done live stream this month, but even last month it went down a little bit. But
Yeah.
I don't know if I can
Everyone
hit
thought you were
10,000.
depressed because Fluffy was gone. That's what people were
No.
thinking. You're like, oh, Will's sad because his baby's gone.
No, I got all my food. I've been cooking. I just ran out of that.
I know, I'm
The
just messing with you,
food.
dude. He's disappointed because Miss Fluffy is gone. McFluffy is gone.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly, you guys are gonna say I'm biased, but I just don't think that guy's all there in the head. I just really don't think that. I think there's something off about him. Some of you guys seen the live stream where I approached him on the beach. He was sitting out there, and I put the camera in there. I was like, "Hey, you say a lot on the live stream. Why don't you say it right here?" He's like, "Get away, get away!
have the camera
Stop
on me.
harassing me!" And I go,
Have the camera on
"Yeah,
me."
that's what he said." I said, "You're a YouTuber. You're used to being on camera. Why you get on? You do YouTube. Why are you nervous? You were in the live stream last night talking all your crap. Say it now." And he got up, got on his bike, rode away.
They won't do it,
But
man.
I don't know.
It's easy to sit
What's
behind
crazy
a
is like he's
computer.
literally 70-something years. He's someone's grandpa or great grandpa, and like I never did nothing to him. I don't know what triggered him, and he's just like he makes it his life mission. When I go do Evan's videos, when I did Vagabond Awake, he shows up there and goes, "That guy's terrible. He needs to go home. His videos are terrible." His channel. I'm like, dude, you follow me every single place that I go.
You know what though? If you were that bad, he wouldn't be watching you.
I don't know, man. That guy's just.
If you were that irrelevant or that
That's
bad,
what
they wouldn't be watching.
I don't know. I just don't think he's all there.
I'm kind of one of those like where I kind of like trolls a little bit because you're still watching, you're still giving, you're helping me. Like,
Yeah.
Like I'm watching. I read this that.
I don't care about people's different opinions. Like if they're like, "Man, you're cheap," like that doesn't bother me. If they're like, "I would never eat that food," I'm like, even that doesn't bother me. But when they kind of,
Make it personal.
not even personal, but you just know there's no
I think I'm ready.
there's no
for it.
substance behind it. I think you can go down this way or you can go down the next one. You're going to be on one of these side streets, so you can either go this way, you can go this way, you can go this way. It all leads to the same spot.
What's crazy for me is like the people on the forum, for example, right? They watch everything he does and chat on his videos and do all this. And you know how and they want him to go away. And you know what the simple fix is?
Just don't watch.
Don't watch and don't comment, and he'll lose so much money.
I just don't understand
Oh,
why.
there's pallet.
Yeah, that's
There's
pallet.
Hell yeah.
That's why I said if you really wanted to do a good carnivore, I can come down to breakfast here and then do the bonnet for dinner. Xin chao. You'll always see the pink scooter is out here. That's Dale's scooter.
But it's like, really and truly, if you want to shut a YouTuber down that only live streams that you don't like,
I don't understand.
Don't watch. Dude, they threaten SA on his wife.
It's crazy. It's like, what's
that?
I don't know nothing about that whole situation, but it's
Yeah.
weird that they spend their hard-earned own time talking to their kids, going out, doing, and I'm like, why are you investing in a person that you don't even know about? Even if the guy's wrong, like I answer questions, they're like, oh, what do you think of this guy? And I'm like, oh, he's okay. What about this guy?
There's a whole
I don't
video
care.
about you on there.
Yeah, I don't care. But
But they agree with you.
I mean, some people agree, some people don't. It's just like, but I don't understand why they act like why are you taking your own invested time?
Dude, I don't think
Like,
about
what is
that.
their end goal? What is their end goal? Like, I don't understand. How can it improve their life? Not just people on YouTube, but just like if you're like, this neighbor, I hate him. He's always looking at me. And it's like, why invest your time? You're going to die in a certain time and day. Like, why are you wasting any of your precious time on people?
I just don't think about anyone.
I'm
living my life, I just do what I want.
And to me, I don't feel it's selfish. I just feel like, hey, man, I'm here for X amount of time, and I want to just enjoy my time the way that I want to. I don't want to get involved in other people's stuff.
No.
Like, whether it's good or bad sometimes. Like, even if it's good, I'm like, oh, I'm going to let them enjoy it. Or, okay, yeah, I'll meet up. Oh, okay, yeah, I'll do this. But some people, man, it's crazy.
It's like they live their whole life just to watch this guy and be tied up in it.
But what I don't understand is, like, when they go to bed or they go talk to their real family, like, do they say, hey, I went on the internet and I talked about this guy and I called him all kinds of...
No.
I don't think they do. So
No.
if you're embarrassed and ashamed to tell your own family what you're doing behind the keyboard, then that tells you have something wrong with you.
Like, no lie, that guy is a piece of dog crap. But to wish ill will on his wife,
Yeah.
it seems a bit much to me.
I mean, I can understand the guy to say, hey, this guy's an idiot, but I think some of these guys...
I feel bad for his wife.
I don't know, man. That situation, I'm just so glad that
Can you
I don't
imagine
know.
their moms looking and seeing him, like them saying what they say, if they could see what they said about his wife, that's wild.
Video so bouncy. All right, man. You know how to get back? Okay, got the Google. All right, man. I will be out. I'm gonna miss that AC up in that place. I don't know how long my electricity's gonna be out.
Too long.
I hope not. I hope I can sleep through a little bit of it until the room gets too hot with no AC. But then I'll probably be out. I don't know if I'm going to the mall. I don't know if I'm just gonna go hang out at a cafe. Maybe hang out at Bread and Butter until they kick me out and say, hey, you ain't got no money. Get the hell out of here. So we'll see.
I think I'm gonna get up and go to the pool in the morning, or not. I'm gonna go to the pool in the morning. No, I don't know, pool or beach. Pool or beach probably.
And then just play it by ear. That's all I do too. I
have no plan for this trip,
Yeah.
but to just relax.
got no plan for this trip either. I just sit back, try to slap my editing. All right, Army Guy, man. Make sure that you guys subscribe to his channel. I think you could technically walk back this way too.
Yeah.
I know you can go all the way down this way, and I think you're one block. So you can go, I think all these streets lead to your way.
Awesome.
All right, take it easy, buddy. That's right, it's Monday night. I know follows a YouTube in Vietnam, name's Will, and it's Sidekick. Fluffy's a sidekick. I don't know, man. I felt under the weather today. I don't know why. I don't know if I'm not used to this humidity, but man. I don't know why I feel under the weather. I got a little bit of a headache and my head kind of feels like it's full of water or something. I don't know why. I thought I drank a lot of water today. I don't think I'm dehydrated. Mona Lisa. One of our buddies, Danny, he's able to get booked at Mona Lisa. That's a very hard feat. Even when I was going in there looking for Mona Lisa for the past 2 years, they would always tell me they're sold out. I could never get Mona Lisa. We stayed there like 2 different times in the past 2 years. But when I'd go in there, they would say, sorry, sir, we're sold out till next month. And then, shockingly, one of the only local people, the person at the desk was a young guy, told me, hey, I see your YouTube channel. I was like, oh, man, I appreciate it. Thanks. And I go, do you guys have a place? Nah, man, we're sold out for a month. I was like, damn, man, you can't even give me the YouTube plug. But I didn't need it. But I was joking around with him. I need to get something, man. I'm feeling under the weather. I think it's 6 in the morning. So 6 or 7 in the morning, I'm gonna try to stay in bed and keep the room as cool as possible until the weather and the heat just eat me alive. And then I'm gonna go out. I think I'm gonna get one of these. Which one's this? Mango? I'm gonna get this. Ugh. I need a little vitamin C pick me up. I don't know, man. I hope I didn't run out of the data. If I ran out of data, give me about 2 minutes. I'll be back at the hotel, back at my apartment, and I'll log back in. But I don't think I used 7 gigs. It's only out for a couple hours. Let's pay for this. I'm only like not even 2 minutes from my place. Leave your fridge open. No, because I have a couple of things in there. I have a couple of food items. Nothing that'll really go bad that quick, but I think I have like some bacon cooked. And I got a couple of other quick little items. Ciao.
20.
10? How much?
20.
Oh, 20. Damn, did these go up? I swear these used to be like 12. Let me see. Man, these up on me. Come on. Man, they jacked these up on me. What's up? Come on. Thank you.
Này bỏ đâu mà anh?
Man, they jacked these freaking prices up. I swear these were like 10 or 12,000. These are like double now, man. What's up with that? I do. I sleep with my AC. I keep everything. Tonight, I'm going to turn on every single AC. I have the fan going nonstop. I bought the fan about a month ago, and I've never turned my fan off in my living room. So the fan will be going. I'll leave all the ACs on. But the problem is, I wake up easy. So as soon as it goes, boom, and I hear the AC shutting off, that'll wake me up. And then I'll be like, oh, God, it's hot. The music? I don't know. Not a DJ. Let me drink my vitamin C. I don't know, man. I feel under the weather. I don't know why. I just got over having a cold. And I haven't went nowhere. The only place I went was to George Costanza last night. That's the only place I went to. It's the only place. Let me drink my vitamin C here. Let's log into the Wi-Fi really quick, you guys. Oh, man. It's definitely not the Bonet because I was feeling it before I ate the Bonet. It definitely wasn't the Bonet, but I don't think it was George Costanza. The only thing, I went to George Costanza last night and I was choking because those peppers were so spicy. I couldn't believe it. I don't know what it was. I just feel I feel kind of out of it and maybe, what's it called? Like a little dehydrated. No, the place is not called George Costanza. We call it George Costanza because their logo is like a cartoon character that looks just like George Costanza, so we call it that. None of those. I'm on the carnivore, so I usually eat twice a day. I'll eat like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, then I eat dinner at like 7. I don't know, this This vitamin C doesn't taste normal. I don't know. Man, I hope I'm not freaking getting sick again. I just recovered. And I've only been out to freaking one place. I think I've been in the house for like the past 5 or 6 days. I only went to George Costanza for about an hour last night. I bet this is just loaded with sugar. I'll hang out here for just a couple of minutes. I can hear a damn cricket. Yeah, I feel like I'm dehydrated and I feel like my head's underwater. I don't know why. I wasn't really hungry. I was debating about getting 2 bonnets since I didn't eat the bread, but I wasn't even hungry. Drinking sugar, I did not know that, but I've been trying to avoid it. I wanted to get some vitamin C just in case I am getting something, and that's the only quickest way, but yeah, I don't know, man. I finished my water. I have a big bottle of water in my backpack, but I finished it. I'm out. I finished it when we were back at the convenience store. Yeah, but here's what sucks. Carnivore is definitely much more expensive here than eating local food. And you're just like, what do you mean? So I went to George Costanza last night, right? It cost me $30,000 for beef, rice, and a fried egg, right? So that's a great deal. But since I'm doing carnivore, I cannot eat the rice. So now I don't get that big portion of rice, and now I have to order 2 portions of the beef with the egg since I don't get the rice. So now I'm spending $60,000 because I'm not eating the rice and I'm getting double the portion of the beef. So carnivore definitely jacks your budget higher than eating local because you get filled up by all the noodles and the rice here. But if you do carnivore, you can't eat that. So you got to order more of the beef. I haven't had any sugar. That's the thing. That was the first time. I only just had that. I've been drinking my water in my big, huge water bottle, and I finished that. My lips feel a little dehydrated too, but man, I drank a lot of water today. I don't think so. I've been doing it for over 2 weeks. I know I had the cold before I started carnivore, and I'm pretty sure I got that from I Love Baguette. And I've been feeling perfectly fine for the past 2 weeks. And then last night I was feeling fine. I was crazy because I was saying how spicy those peppers were from George Costanza. Then I woke up today and I feel a little worn out. Hey Will, are the e-visas easy? Yeah, e-visas are very easy. It's just a bunch of simple questions. 60,000. It's so wild. But remember, when I don't do carnivore, I eat for half that price. So I get the rice, I get the beef, and I get the egg for half that price. So basically, all the normal restaurants that I go to, I have to double the price. So even if you look at it like, hey, $2 is still cheap, you got to look at it as if you're paying double for every meal that you get here doing carnivore. So even if it's whatever, you just plug in your numbers. If your normal meal is $5 and you go to the restaurant, now you got to order 2 portions of it because you get rid of the carbs. Now you're paying $10. If you go to a steakhouse and you order the steak and it comes with potatoes and vegetables, you got to get 2 steaks. Like it doubles it. This is the Mona Lisa that I don't recommend. Mona Lisa that I recommend is this one. This one, I don't know. This one was shut down for like a year, and it's called Mona Lisa Luxury, and it's more trying to like target luxury hotel people, and just nobody goes there. Mona Lisa Apartment and Hotel is the one that we walk by over here, and it's much, much better. Better quality, better price, better everything. Some of the places only serve Bonet at breakfast. That is correct in some places. But the place that we just walked by over here, Palette serves it at night. The place that we went to tonight serves it. So you will find places. Kind of traditionally, that's kind of the rule. But you will find places that serve it all throughout the day. But let me also say this. They close at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And then they open back up about 6. So you can only really get Bonet from like 8 to 12 in the afternoon, and then you can get Bonet from like 4 o'clock in the afternoon to like 9 o'clock. So I guess we'll head up, man. My battery's almost dead. I drank my vitamin C. I gotta go and plug all my stuff in. I hope that this battery won't die. I'm back. Sorry, I forgot to disconnect from the Wi-Fi. But I really appreciate it, guys. Hopefully, well, this one open. Here we go. What's up, Jack, man? You're catching me at the wrong time. I did a live stream for a few hours, and we're just going back up to my apartment. And I'm ending this stream. I did a nice one, but I appreciate it. I'm gonna probably be out tomorrow. I gotta deal with this freaking power outage, so try to catch me at some point tomorrow. I don't know how many live streams I'll do. I'm gonna try to do some upload content. I've done like a 12 or a 14-hour stream when we had the presidential election back in November, so I do a lot of long live streams. But check me out tomorrow, guys. I appreciate it. Big thumbs up to all you guys. If you guys haven't hit the subscribe button, please hit the subscribe button. It helps the channel grow. We are trying to get to 10,000 subscribers at some point. We're just a little over 6,000. So once again, I appreciate it. Thank you guys very much.